carry. They didn't really deliver. They don't. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, OD and Ember Spirit both have potential to fulfill that position 1 role, but aren't your conventional position 1s, and they aren't necessarily objective takers. GH can come in hand there with some Meteor Hammer and Phoenix. But you also talked about OD and what he gets countered with. You haven't really banned out too many heroes that do that. You do have Lina on your side, you have banned out Zeus, but something like a Puck is still possible for Iceberg.
I think, though, the reason for the Ember pick is mainly you can't have like the hard carry with an OD, because then you have the mid and the safe lane farming. So Weehar is kind of taking up that farming priority within the lineup, especially when he counters, 3 of the 4 heroes on Navi so far. And that's where you need a more kind of sacrificial core in terms of the Ember. He can still itemize for, let's say, a Deso to go for Roshan and objectives, but it's just a new way to kind of distribute the farm. And that's why we're not seeing like a traditional kind of carry in this position.
This is a tough last pick to call.
Yeah, what even counters OD nowadays? I honestly haven't seen this hero much. I mean, like, don't know the matchups too much.
Kunkka and Razor are like really old school heroes that used to go up against him, but I don't know if those matchups are any good anymore. I don't think they are. And you also have to worry about a switcheroo, right? They could safe lane OD still. It could be a mid Ember if they had to. Probably doesn't feel good, but
no.
I mean, OD doesn't feel good, so I think you got to consider that for sure.
Yeah. The hero that always kind of comes to your mind is Puck, but do they really have a spot for Puck? You have some combos with Dark Willow, and you need
Is DP available? Sorry, I think Death Prophet is actually pretty.
Yeah,
that's pretty chipper. The early aggression, especially when you're cushioned behind Sven and Mars, might be very good.
I mean, what about like Dusa as well, right? Or something? Something that's just a little bigger, beefier, a little more game focused.
Leshrac. Yeah, it's like DP or Leshrac, right? These are the 2 heroes I'd think of.
Silence. Okay, so this is a complete throwback to Windstrike. Even when Iceberg played there, it was the same squad, but they would play like yesterday when we were watching that Silencer game. We discussed how they used to play Silencer core. And this was before the changes, the tweaks to the second spell, the glaives and the agonyms of Silencer, but he should still do extremely well versus OD. The problem that I already see for Iceberg is the fact that he's playing versus Miracle Ember Spirit. This hero will be hunting him down throughout the game. The lane, he won't be playing versus Miracle in the lane. That would be completely in Iceberg's favor. He should be playing versus OD, which can get a little bit rougher. And then later on, he needs some mobility for sure.
Yeah, the key thing for me is Navi, that their way to take a fight is, do they have global? If not, they can't really fight. Sure, you have arena, but it's all about the kind of the way in which the silencer enables the rest of the team. And with Nigma, they have all this kind of cheap fight, right? They have Slardar, Lina, Ember. These want to go and poke and prod, and then they can retreat. And if you suddenly waste a key spell, you waste an arena, waste a global, that's like 2/3 of Navi's lockdown just removed, right? Or team fight presence removed. So that's going to be the key
boys,
thing for me.
Quick, we got to get it to the casters. Who's taking game 1?
I kind of want to see the OD do well because we haven't seen his hero, and I'd like to see it.
Nigma.
Lizard. Nigma.
Yeah, I'll go with Nigma as well.
Nigma. All right, a round of Nigmas here. EGB.com, folks. Bet on Nigma, bet on Navi. It's your choice. Do it responsibly. Have fun. And go to EGB.com. They're below the stream. Now we got the casters. It's Trent. It's Lyrical. Trent, I can't wait to hear your thoughts about this OD. If this wins, I'm talking shit for everybody.
Oh my God, a lot is on the line, Trent. Everything, all of your hopes and dreams. Do you have a problem with OD? Is that what I'm hearing here?
No, he always makes up these stories.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's poo-pooed on OD so many podcasts in a row. I digress.
I've cast like 2 of the 3 games he's been picked in the past like 4 months. Anyway,
that's how
whatever.
It goes sometimes.
I mean, yeah, the hero's definitely not as strong as he used to be. But will he have a good game here? It looks all right. The silencer looks pretty obnoxious though. That's a really smart grab.
Yeah,
and I would not want to play against that.
Right. I think that it's one that he is, like the panel was talking about. We've seen it from him a bunch of times. I think, like, back in the day, it was Whisper off-lane silencer, and it was Iceberg mid silencers. That was the only 2 places that you would see it. And it's pretty freaking good. The other thing that I will say is this combo of, like, Omni Sven is the dirtiest of the dirty. It's like
yes,
ridiculously strong.
this is your big thing lately.
I know.
Every time we had an Omni, you were like Sven, or every time it's a Sven, where's the Omni?
That's all I wanted to see in the world. I don't know. I don't think that that you can stop it. It's an auto win. So we'll go on to game 2 in a second. But yeah, Miracle gonna be playing on the Ember Spirit. I'm feeling good about this one.
I'm looking forward to see what Weehaw does build-wise on the OD. So we obviously don't see it very often, but I've seen the Meteor Hammer lately. Seems to be pretty popular. It's always a good time, and then you can just kind of freehand it from there. Sometimes you see Blinks, sometimes you need Pikes. But and the Aghanims too, of course. So I mean, it's definitely a fun hero to watch right now. It just doesn't really have that same dominance, and when you can't guarantee a matchup versus like a melee hero or something, it's harder to abuse the Astral. As you can see, he's getting walked around a little bit here and already losing so much int.
It's true. He was able to get one of those denies though. It wasn't on the, or might have been actually on the range creep. Bouncer hasn't gotten any CS yet. So even before throwing out one Astral, he's been able to like handicap Iceberg just from the threat of the Astral walking forward here.
Yeah, but Iceberg's probably just thinking like, how much of your regen can I just keep burning though, right?
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah. Really annoying to play against. Just sort of spamming.
Oh, look at him just walking past the creep. Gonna abuse those glaives.
Never possible. And then these other lanes, we can talk about them a little bit as well. Always want to play right now. Well, you know, it's a little bit. We're casting Dota, you know?
All right, well, one of them's got a Lina, so who cares about Lina, first off? Every game.
It doesn't feel like there's much kill potential elsewhere, so I guess you're kind of right. Look at this is the point where we're at though. They take Heavenly Grace level 1, just like dealing with the spirits, gives you some nice regen. This spell is insane. They gotta nerf it and then make like Omni better in other ways. God, the rest of his spells are just garbage. Dejanora doesn't even apply to attack speed anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that great. I don't know. Omni's getting good at the worst possible time, right? The end of the patch.
Yeah.
And so he might get unjustly nerfed, like a little bit too hard or something, just because there's like not enough counter players to him quite yet or something, or counter picks even.
Ooh. It's down bottom. Sorry, it got very, very low there on general. Barely able to live.
He's salving up now though. No, you don't. And mid lane things have caught back up for Iceberg. Sure, the denies are still going Weehaw's way as one would expect, but Iceberg just putting the damage into him.
Really hard to deal with when you're just getting clapped by glaives over and over again, and you know, trying to abuse like the miss up hill rate.
Yeah,
you can tell
surprised.
Oh, there weren't that many misses. He takes a lot of damage. I like the voice lines from OD though. As General going to drop first blood, being picked up by Kuro.
Won't be in the mid lane then, as he gets the clip there of the LSA as well. So some additional damage coming out, but. You know, playing the 5 Lina, pretty nice to get the first blood on the hero. Just gonna opt in towards like earlier boots, and then of course just, but you know, gives you a chance for a Yules on the earlier end. Maybe you don't have to go necessarily right for the Aether if you get rolling a little bit with a couple kills.
Right. Yeah, that could be a good way to go. And you know, you get into those higher levels as well. You can get the cast range talent, which is always super nice. But already has that energy booster queued up, and I think that's the boots coming out to him as well.
Yeah, I think, well, Miracle also going to take quite a bit there, but Kuro's coming to help, so it's fine. Oh, man, nice time on that slight.
Jesus.
All right, that was pretty hype.
He's
but
good at Dota.
The more I think about it, the Aether actually might be striped just better than the Yules because he has the Slider and the Ember. So he's just going to be looking to follow up the slight chains with the LSA. And if you Yules, you're just going to be delaying that sequence even further, right?
Yeah,
mind you, an eventual Yules is still going to be very good because you're versus like a Silencer and a Sven.
Well, and even if he like rotates mid to try and make something happen with the OD too, you know, that's the other follow-up you can have as well. Yeah, I like it. I think that's a pretty awesome idea for him. And, you know, getting that first blood definitely going to help his mid lane. They're battling it out. Looks like somebody's going to die here. And is it going to be Iceberg? It's going to be neither of them. Okay, never mind.
He's got the inventory. It's just like double nulls. These couriers are working overtime here. I hope they have a good union package because this is pretty painful. Just constantly going back and forth. Boots and tangos coming over Weehaw. But the courier for Iceberg quite a bit further delayed. But he's got the DD and the wave pushing in, so he'll be fine.
I'll be coming back in just a moment here as Another chase down bottom, General and Roger. You know, across the board, this is a lot of very comfort picks. Kuro, gonna get punched, gonna get pummeled. Can he go down? It doesn't quite look like it. Another fairy fire keeps him alive, but Roger not willing to give up the
raw
chase.
brambles.
Oh, and he's gonna get it.
Kuro.
Well played. They take down Always Want to Fly at the same time. But as I was mentioning, this was a general classic and does have another spear here. Gonna land now on a Miracle. Cursed Crown comes out afterwards. Do they have enough to bring him down? With the body blocks,
Orb of Venom.
I think it might be enough. Chase down, right click. Maybe a chance. Yeah, Brambles hits.
Should have just let me have my phone.
Still had a bit more time left before you'd have a chance to dodge that out. So a double kill for the Navi offlane. Very well done here. Roger and Generals, they take a handle on this part of the map, and probably not going to get much of this catapult, but the faster they get to 6, the more dangerous this gets for Miracle, right? You just want to beat him to the level 6 with the arena.
And we'll set up for an easy kill there onto that Ember Spirit, depending upon, like, you know, maybe some slight dodges or what have you, but that's what you got roots for as well. Pretty hard to dodge both the arena and the roots coming from the Roger Dark Willow. A little pull there off the side. And V-Tune has already headed back to the jungle, actually, on this Sven.
Yeah, Slardar Phoenix is a very impressive lane. Things weren't really going that well. They're like okay enough to get him to the point where he can get started, but he's got 3 points in cleave, so you're just straight up going to get more in the jungle than you will sitting in the lane, right? And then Omni can just like draw back as much as he can, and you come in for the big stack-ups like this.
Pretty nice little way to do it. Only ends up missing 2 creeps, it looks like, from that whole series of events. They are going to glyph now. And Always Want to Fly. Getting chased down a little bit here by Mind Control. V-Tune hoping to stay in the lane, but it's not getting actually any of them now. There's going to be the Heavenly Grace. That will take off the Spirits and let them last it a little bit more effectively.
There are not a lot of heroes that would let Sven even stay and contest like this, right?
Yeah.
Even like a Witch Doctor would be having trouble with like the Voodoo. It's just not nearly as impactful as this Heavenly Graces.
Well, across the board right now, a slight lead going on for Nigma, but it's not absolutely out of control. They're going to dive in here with everybody. Global comes out. Miracle dies in the bottom lane at the same time. If they can set up for Iceberg living and another kill, never mind. That really didn't happen. As Always Want to Fly is going to die afterwards.
Yeah.
That would have been tough.
Everything was just a little bit out of sync, because if he had a global just a second earlier, then the TP would have completed for the Omni, but it got canceled by the crush from MC. So it was a nice play by him. Ensure that the assistants wouldn't be there, and an OD getting this much pressure on a tower early. Not that common, but look how deep Kuro is in there trying to create a buffer zone.
I don't want to let them pull the creep wave past as Iceberg comes back into the lane, but the tower already down to just 300 HP at this early point in the game. And they can't really keep off of it. Yeah, the right clicks keep on coming. It's not within an eye range, though. They're keeping it just outside of that range.
Now they can even pull this wave in and like kind of stack up the next one a little bit, too, if they want.
Double damage.
Well, this ward
from Kuro.
Catching out GH, they find him here, but can't really do that much to pressure. It's kind of a hard angle, doesn't have mana for the stun. Roger's gonna move in now, tries to find the Phoenix, but can't quite get him.
I like that play from GH though. He's just following the Sven, right? Leeching a bit of the XP. He knows that they can't really kill him. Even if they were to like commit the Sven stun. As long as it doesn't happen mid-dive, he's gonna be fine.
Well, and that is OD walking away afterwards as Ember is pushing in this bottom lane. Left completely alone. Does have Alina behind him, but with Arena back up again, it's still probably too tough of a kill to try and go into Miracle now they have 6.
Yeah, they missed any window that was there, if there was one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they also left that mid tower just out of deny range too. So.
Ooh, wait, they get him. Okay. Terrorize afterwards, the fear pushing him back into it, but the Flame Guard, meanwhile the Cursed Crown comes through the Bedlam enough to secure the kill, and Kuro likely to fall as well as the root comes out. Light Strike Ray going to connect onto both. General, does he have the range? Yes, he does. They take down Lina, so another death on Miracle. 3 at this early point in the game.
Yeah, I didn't think with the Flame Guard build that was going to happen, but he managed to find it in mid lane. They will get that pressure in. Stun only
Okay.
hits one, and the fire spirits are there. So without, you can only dispel one of them. Not gonna be enough damage to finish out Weehaw or GH.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's sort of an annoying thing when a lot of your damage is just coming from right clickers on the side of Navi. Have to deal with that Phoenix. So GH is going to play a pretty big role in this game with these spirits. Sven hitting some ancient stacks. They're moving into this area with Weehaw. I don't believe that they know that this is going on though. And it should just be a free round of ancients for VTune.
Yeah, a bit of a miss, unfortunately, as Miracle went for the rotation up top. But he also can't like steal ancients or anything, so he's just going for the kills.
Trying to go now on to Always Want to Fly, and he's going to drop. Quick and easy.
All right, so what does OD accomplish this game? He crushed the mid lane by a pretty heavy margin versus opponent on the silencer. Took the mid tower, and now it's just backing away to farm. Is he committed for an item yet? Or he's just chilling with that glove?
Yeah, I wonder if he's thinking about a Midas.
Seems to be. I mean, I could actually see Glimmer being decent on this hero if he just wants to hold the glove for later.
Right. Oh, down bottom. Dive in. Try to find themselves an opening. Roger turns it back around, but then comes out with the supernova. Light strike right afterwards. Roger trying to dodge away from all this damage, and does have the Shadow Realm when he comes out of this, but it is a little bit of a tough escape potential for him. Terrorize afterwards? Nah, he's just dead.
At least we're not stuck in cold.
Curl was really confident walking away with that LSA. He's
Yeah.
just like, no, it's fine. It's okay. Willow's going to go down. Mid lane. That is not a very strong mid laner. Oof!
Oh my god.
That bash damage.
Turn around though. Throwing some glaives. It's so hard to stay on this target and actually do anything. Like, Slaughter is so slippery.
Yeah, and he forces the hard carry out of the jungle to try and assist the mid laner. And now Iceberg's TPing a little bit low down here. Has the global, though, if they think they can finish this.
And
but
the
that
arena.
LSA, great cover there from Kuro.
Yeah, and they didn't quite get into range with the arena either. So General not able to secure that fight. And these last couple moves for Navi just haven't really secured them, I think, what they were hoping to. Feels like they're getting kind of choked out of the map a little bit.
Yeah, they're not really finding the best space right now for their Sven, unfortunately. You can see VTune kind of needs a buddy coming with him, too. He's, like, asking for help as he moves through these camps. As Miracle was just up here, but is now relocated to the mid lane. So they will catch a couple waves up here at the very least. They're just going to have to wait, though, for that Echo Saber before the fights are really going to feel in their favor.
And you've got Yules coming out for General. I was wondering if Silencer was going to go back for the Midas like we saw the other day. Looks like he's queuing up a Force Staff, wants to go that route instead. So it's still not like that sort of even passive kind of lockdown like an Atos or something. It's much more towards the way of like trying to just make sure he doesn't die. As VTune gonna throw out the stun. Brambles afterwards with the terrorize. No, doesn't throw it.
He just hops right back, too. Miracle
Yeah.
not that worried. I mean, the lockdown overall is not going to be very easy without General. Until you have the crazy big damage from the Sven where it's like one stun is death. Up until that point, Miracle is just going to be like full commitment necessary from the global if they want the kills.
Yeah. Brambles going to catch again. Trying to bait out the light strike. Kuro not afraid. He's been pretty comfortable just sort of saving everything as the jump now comes on to Always Want to Fly. And this is the difference. You get a blink dagger on Slaughter and it makes your game so easy as Nigma.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. Their current counterplay is like Arena and maybe a Terrorize or something.
Right.
Oh, perhaps something
Battle,
here?
Battle, but LSA gets out in time. They're still going to kill Mind Control. Can they find anybody else afterwards, though?
Oh, a
Trying to slow him
second down. It would have meant so much if they could get Weehaw there.
Just it's too hard to take the fight. They don't have that lockdown without global. So VTune gonna head back up top, but they did at least get that kill. Again, cutting into their lead. Sven is still farming. He's at now the top net worth. Makes a difference.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah, I think MC just felt like they must be stronger because they still have Egg and like Sandly. So if they try and engage on me, I'll just get them, and then they just instantly drop the global. And he's like, all right, I'll take it. Now they can just smoke up and go again if they want. They could even try and secure a tier 2, I think, if they wanted to take over that top jungle and pressure the top lane. They could try and take down that tier 2 tower before the 20-minute mark, but perhaps an unnecessary risk.
Yeah, as long as they're kind of stealing away a little bit more farm, it feels pretty good. But a go
They
now.
just want to end VTune's game. FC's coming right back.
Yeah, they know they don't have global. Running into the midst of all of this, Crush is going to land now onto the Omni. Everybody runs away. Heavenly Grace out, right-clicking now onto Mind Control. He's taking a ton of damage from this one, but can they actually find the kill? Miracle is still over to the side. They're going to drop the egg right on top of them. LSA, they don't have enough. The egg's going to fall. Always want to fly. Iceberg goes down. Everybody falling. General throws out the arena spear, not even going to catch onto the other angle. And it looks like that's going to be about all she wrote, as Roger to fall afterwards as well. Just devastation.
That is really seeing your strength there from Nigma. And the damage between Miracle and Weehaw, they just crushed that whole team fight. About 2k damage each. And really, like, they basically each did as much damage as Navi altogether. They did not have a retort whatsoever because the Sven just could not get involved in that engagement.
I mean...
And that's what I mean, though, because, like, I know some teams that would have made that move where they, like, go and push top, right? I mean, maybe it's just this game they don't have the best tower pushes anyway, but rather than just, like, securing their own in the top and, like, being like, okay, we're farming more than them, they just recognize, like, hey, they don't have, like, global, their cooldowns are out of sync right now, let's just run at them.
Right. It's pressuring when you know that you're stronger, and taking advantage of that. Because, like you said, if you're just trading farm and waiting for the late game, this lineup from Navi can look scary. So heads up play there from Nigma. We'll see if they try and make it happen again. Granted, global is going to be back up again. And at least for now, yeah, they are queuing up the Atos for silencer. So they're going for like other things where maybe they can find some pickoffs in between these like global silences, because they need it. They really need it.
They have to wait another 40 seconds for the Yules to be back for General too, because it died in that team fight on the Courier.
Oof. That sucks.
All right, if General digs up a bounty rune, they're going to win this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Here it is. Oh!
Hey!
All right,
Oh
that's
my
it.
God. Time
He's dug up a win,
everybody.
guys. Navi's done it.
Clip it, ship
That's
it,
what they
let's go.
needed.
I mean, it does kind of make a bit of a difference. I don't know if I'm willing to go as far as they're going to win the game yet. But
That's a win. That's
I'll
an easy
trust you.
W. Yeah, no.
I trust my
Don't
analysts.
believe anything else. That's how you motivate yourself, you know?
That's
Just
right.
yeah, say that to your teammates in a game like this. Things are feeling a little off the rails, so like, guys, watch this. Bounty rune.
Yeah. You don't say that if we the only way we win this is if I get a bounty rune, though, because that's playing the lottery a little bit much.
No, you might as well. No one's going to remember if you get it wrong. They'll just get all amped up when you get it right.
Okay, I'm with you. Whoa, Bloodstone build from Weehaw. Okay.
Yeah, he hit the Kaya, and he's just like, yeah, okay. I'm just
that-
kind of walking into fights this game.
I don't know. This seems really scary. I mean, granted, he does have like save now, at least like naturally with his astral. But part of me wonders, like, I mean, obviously it's good. He knows what he's doing, but there's going to be a window here where I think Navi are going to be really strong with global and such, and BKB's coming out.
God, he's so scary now, though. Like,
Yeah.
already he is at 19% spell amp as an OD.
That's true.
Versus a Sven. You know, the mana pools are not that large.
Yeah. Yep, most definitely. And needing to make the most of it again, they're going to pressure out VTune. They realized that Miracle's in the area. They ran just right past the wards, did not appear to care. General nearby, Yule Scepter going to be used, tries to hit it. He doesn't hit the timing right, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill and able to get the global out as Mind Control jumped in. Iceberg used Atos already. Can they chase down the rest of these heroes? God, you gotta get more out of that global.
Their chase is so minimal.
Is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
So yeah, I think that there was a moment there where Iceberg had used the Atos on the OD and maybe could have hit it onto Mind Control as he was running by. Maybe thought that they were just going to be able to secure the kill without it. But regardless, it is another kill got on Miracle, but now global down.
Oh, they're going to fight them without global, without... does he have a remnant? Oh, he does. Oh, it's expired.
Uh-oh.
Thought maybe he had a big brain play here, but he's just going to TP mid. All right, so how does Navi turn this? They don't have arena for 35. They're actually smoking. They're going for the back line.
They have they have Terrorize.
V-Tune has BKB.
This could be a moment. Crush comes out, tries to run away. They're separated now. You got to be real careful here. Always want to fly sticking around for this bounty rune, though.
Wow, that was pretty clever. So they basically smoked up saying that, like, hey, they're going to come aggro at us. Let's go steal their bounty runes.
Oh, that's not going to work.
I mean, it cost them always want to fly, but at least they got the other one, and they might get some of the bot. Yeah, they're going to get 2 bottom as well, I think. Although GH really wants that bounty rune.
Yeah, he's getting there quickly enough. We'll dive on in for it. Roger going to go deny the rune as well. There's a haste down bottom. Into the pit they go, and this is a big moment here for Nigma.
Good old Slardar game. Scan all you'd like, Navi. You're not getting into this one.
Poor guys. I'm curious though, like, again, it's a 4,000 gold lead with this Aegis. I want to see how much Nigma can get, because there's always that worry of like things starting to fall apart as the BKBs come out. You've got like not that much damage through it. Evil Scepter's going to be lifted up. Iceberg throws out the root. General moving into position.
Just
he has
got
Arena. Got to be careful about this one. Global's going to come out. Where's the Arena afterwards? Atos not out at all. That was not the way they wanted it to
and
go.
God Strength.
Okay. Throws out a stun. Dude,
Just
he
get
has
a defensive
big
arena if you have to.
He's got a really big imp pool.
Defensive arena.
Oh, God. You got to be careful here. Does he hold his BKB?
Oh, these guys are bold. Man. Oh. I can't believe General held on to that. I thought for sure he was just going to, like, block off the stairs and be like, nope, 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 nope. Bad fight. Like, do not.
So close to Blink, too.
Hey, at least this gives them a chance back. Like, yeah, they don't have Global, but they can still fight because they have God Strength and the Arena. Unfortunately, because they're so far behind and they still lack a lot of the initiation required. Whoa! Spearing the diving Phoenix.
Now, ring, pop, Heavenly Grace yet again, and makes it tough to jump on him. Still, all the tier 2s are up right now for Navi.
V-Tune, please farm. Please.
Yeah.
Just keep hitting creeps, and now they have the Blink Dagger coming over for General. They have made it past another hurdle here. They have an option now when it comes to smokes. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of time left on the old Aegis on Weehaw, 3.5 minutes or so. But maybe they can... do they have any vision right now on the map? They definitely do not. That's going to hurt for these little... Like, that's what you need, right, in this exact situation. You need some deep vision to try and catch whoever is trying to farm on the Radiant side.
All right. Roger. Oh, God. Okay, well, I think you just give him up here, yeah. Navi not deciding to take that fight, I think for good reason, but that does give you 40 seconds. I mean, hypothetically, you could buy back if they dive in really hard on this. But no, they're just going to TP away with the Sven. V-Tune won't be caught, and Navi will dodge yet another fight.
That looks a little bit scary. That ward, I'm not. Was that ward there when he TP'd out?
No, they just
okay, I was
placed
gonna
it.
say he just placed that, right? All right. I was shocked MC didn't dive.
Now gets clipped by a spear there mid. Still feeling very bold and not afraid. He has the Aegis.
I mean, the itemization timing has just been perfect for Weehaw because he got the Bloodstone right into the Aegis, and so now he's just spending his Aegis time looking for good fights and farming up a BKB. So by the time he loses Aegis, that fight is still going to be very difficult for the side of Navi with the BKB being done.
Yeah, it almost feels like they need to make this fight happen to take advantage of their BKBs. And yeah, they're going to jump in right away.
Miracle again.
Catches on a Miracle. Big kill if they can get it, and they will. Now
and
you will
secondary kill.
They got the chase down. Didn't have to use Global either. That was huge. Didn't have to use Global. Didn't have to use Arena. Just an easy Blink Spear.
Miracle getting a little caught out this game. Might have felt safe because I think that's a Dire Observer on the high ground and a Radiant Sentry. So he thought that he was okay on the pillar, but they just hadn't checked in a little while, so there actually was Dire Vision up there scouting him.
Well, hoping to take their first tower of the game right now. Navi, 6,000 gold behind. As soon as people come back in, they have to back away. Can't really take that fight too easily. The Aegis still there on Weehaw.
So how good will the Sven Ags be this game? He obviously has the Dispel, so we'll have the not much, right? I mean, we have the Yules on the Phoenix. Assumedly a Yules eventually for Kuro. They have the blink on MC, so he can't be initiated on. And then you also do have the Yules on Miracle. So Miracle and GH, at least a little bit vulnerable because of that. But I just think trying to get V-Tune in there with his BKB is the biggest thing for them because Slardar really good at controlling certain carries when they have that BKB on. But Sven, I don't really consider to be one of the better ones, just simply because you can't, like, you know, you can't keep chains bashing the Sven without risk of just straight up dying.
True. Yeah, you can just get completely walloped there.
Yeah, you want to go for 4 more hits on the Sven? I don't think so. It's like...
I don't know if it's a huge deal, but Essence Flux is dispellable too. I didn't realize that before, and I've seen so little OD. That could make a bit of a difference. You can sort of take that off of him at some point in the fight.
I mean, it's nice. It lasts for 8 seconds, so just, you know, taking care of that randomly is pretty good.
Yeah. But there's the Ags.
They're all in here. Where's the smoke? It's on the courier.
Roche about to, the Aegis is about to expire.
Yeah,
this is like perfect timing.
And they have a ward scouting this movement too. And they missed the D ward. Although Kuro then instantly pinged it, so I think Kuro knows that's there.
Weeha all alone. Oh, he's gonna TP
okay, this
away.
is like poetry. All right, that would have been just way too good for Navi if they caught that.
Good decision there by Weeha to TP out. Recognizing the danger and able to escape it.
An arcane rune for Sven though. That seems that's definitely for Sven, dude. Oh my god.
Oh no. Okay. Yep. Now.
All right, Roger, go pop the smoke again.
Miracle, gotta be careful. Where are they gonna jump to? Iceberg backs away. V-Tune over in the trees. Mind Control managed to hit the bash, but the jump in the back line. Miracle gonna get caught. Beaten down. No, it's not enough. The Astral comes out. They did cut the global. Oh no, but General throws out the arena afterwards. Weeha BKB. Dual Scepter backs away. Already Slardar's dead. Do they have anybody else left? There's gonna be the chase down. Big ulti coming from Weeha, but V-Tune able to survive through it. Still has God's Strength and Mask of Madness. It's a little bit scary though. Turns it back around, tries to beat him down, but another Astral. Weeha saving the day. Is able to keep Miracle alive twice in one fight. But look at the damage. Oh my god, just demolishes him.
Yeah,
Triple
General
kill
wants
from Weeha.
He can't go for it though. How much damage did he just do? Whew, 58-50. And a buyback from Kuro as well as a buyback from our Omni, and that's it. So flying Kuro, losing a bit of pocket change, but very happy fight there for Nigma.
And just a little bit late on that global. Like
that was because of MC though. Because MC just got right in the back line. It's just bashing and stunning and interrupting everything. So he was a little bit of the hero there. Like, I mean, Weeha, look at his build. Like, Weeha can't be the game decider in a lot of ways because he is completely dependent on his teammates.
True. Well, they're going to get the stun onto Weeha. BKB popped yet again just because they turn around. You want to fight me? Excuse me? Miracle is over to the side as well, but General is going to get beaten to death. Roger gets punched down. Always want to fly outside the base. It's no place to be for an Omni Knight. Godlike Weeha here.
Yeah, I feel like I sold him a little bit short. He can't initiate that well because of his items, but his saves were excellent in that first fight too. Yeah. Like, how many times did he just like scoop up the person who was being targeted by the Sven, right?
Totally. Yeah, I mean that was what needed to happen for them to win the engagement, and not able to make it happen. God dang. 10,000 gold lead now. The Silencer not feeling like it has the answers, and I think what you mentioned of like that timing of Bloodstone into the Aegis and then saving enough time for them to get the BKB is like one of the big stories of this game for Nigma.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like what Toby was talking about from Viking when interviewing him. It's just like, you know, playing, I always call it like flowchart Dota, where it's just like the most basic and obvious thing. Like, you know, have you killed at tier 2? Have you taken the outpost? Have you taken Roche? And you just like go through the list of stuff that's like barely even concerning your opponent. It's more just like how to play Dota as the winning team.
Right.
And that's pretty much what they were following.
Yeah. Well, and at times, you know, the other like separate flowchart, I guess, of like, is global down or not?
Yeah.
Which is less a flowchart and more just like a binary decision-making thing. But regardless, 11 to 20, and they need a hell of a
Roche
fight.
Is empty. They might know this is.
Oh no, can't be there. Can't be there. Weeha moves in afterwards with Miracle leading the charge. Big bad man wants to find a few more if he can pick them off, but doesn't quite manage to hit there with the slight.
It's all just space for V2's farming.
Yeah.
Right into that small camp.
Big stuff. Almost level 20 for the Stormhammer cooldown, but he's going to need to be careful about heading back home soon. They at least got an outpost. One's still not taken away from him.
A soldier's fortune.
How do you deal with an OD when he starts getting this far ahead?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. And with their heroes, I mean, obviously the answer is you just stun. You just, you know, it's all about the Sven, right? He's the guy with the big damage, just trying to bring him down. Like, they have some good options, but it's just the Silencer is not in the same tier of hero in this game anymore, right? Like, his game just ended. This is what happens sometimes in a losing game is the core Silencer. Is you just end up looking like a support, and that's kind of where they wound up. Part of that is that he had to give so much space to V-Tune, and there's no real safe lanes for him to farm on because of the gank potential from the side of Nigma. They started rolling so fast, and the Blink Dagger came out rather quickly for MC. General could go for the Desperation Blink in here, but Miracle's going to interrupt.
And just they roll in after him. Already find General, blow him up, always want to fly, hoping to escape. It will not happen. Roger, can you manage to get out of here? Has a Cursed Crown to terrorize, but with the Yule Scepter lift up, I think this is going to be about all she wrote as Miracle keeps on top of her. They have the full beatdown. Dodges uphill. Okay. Roger, one last swipe, and he's going to fall. Iceberg couldn't keep her alive.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Yeah, 18k lead now at this point, and things just looking good. I mean, they're going for the Hail Mary play. V2's trying to farm up a Daedalus.
Okay.
Just thinking like, hey, maybe I can make plays like this. Haha! Take that, Phoenix.
Get him. TP out. The BKB. He's away. Oh, be careful, buddy. Iceberg Global tries to run away. They still have God Strength, but with BKBs already out from mind control, V2 can't get on top of him. It would just be death.
Yeah, the Global doesn't do a whole lot when they're willing to just hop on top of you with the BKBs ready. And MC even still holding the cheese if he wants to have a little morsel of deliciousness and continue the siege. Yeah, they're not the best tower hitters, but they're 20,000 gold ahead. I think they're going to be okay with that. They could try a terrorize play with this God Strength.
Oh my God. Okay, that works. Gets the kill. And now in Astral, Weehaw gonna go for the Hurricane Pike, but the chase in, and they just destroyed him. Okay.
They still have Arena. MC's
Dude,
looking for the counterplay. They have Sandleys too.
And they're gonna beat him down. Dun comes out afterwards. Weehaw gets up to the high ground, going to drop. Just like that, they win a pretty substantial fight, and that was only a tier 3 tower taken.
I'm surprised MC didn't go in for that, honestly. I thought he was going to jump back in and YOLO this. It's like, I mean, what's one more death if we can maybe turn something with the Sandleys here?
Unbelievable. Suddenly V-Tune's on top net worth again. I mean, granted,
everybody
else...
That's the play, right, with the Daedalus? I mean, Miracle just got 100 to 0'd from the Sven stun.
That's pretty big. I mean, again, I don't know how much it changes in like the grand scheme of how this game is looking, but you know, if you can hold out a little bit longer, get into some more big items, get a couple more big crits, there's a chance maybe.
Yeah, if Iceberg can get into this BKB, which it looks like he has pretty much now done, just 50 gold shy, that would be nice because then he can actually contribute. The only problem is I'm assuming Mind Control is just going to stick right on top of him. He's just going to be utilizing his BKB. And in contrast to the Sven, you know, Sven BKBs, Slider can't really stand there. Silencer BKBs, Slider's probably just going to stand there, keep punching you and stunning you up and making your life awful because he's not a super farmed Silencer at this point, right? He's got like 10 stolen in this game. It's not one of these like 40 or 50 ints that we've been seeing.
Right, and he's like also one of the elements of control that they're sort of relying upon. It felt like in the last Silencer match when we saw OG playing it, you know, there was like the tree in that game, the Enigma, they had Clockwork. It was like all these different ways to try and control the fight, and the Silencer was just there for the damage. Like it felt at times like they needed this Atos, and he needs to like be in the mix up with it. But regardless, only 10 stolen it, as you said, so he doesn't even really have the damage component. But maybe if you win a couple fights here, things could start to turn around a little bit more.
I've really liked Kuro in a lot of these fights too. Haven't really talked much about him, but I feel like he is keeping that perfect distance, and he's also just liberally throwing out the Laguna Blade. you know. And even if someone's gonna die, he's just trying to create that first kill a little bit faster, so that then they can keep that chase going. I mean, that's what amounted into those next like 2 or 3 more kills in the top jungle, was because he just straight up Lagoona'd general. Even though he was gonna burn down through the chains anyway, it's just like, okay, he's dead, now go, right?
Yeah.
And with the telescope, his spacing in these team fights can just be like, they can pretty much just never see him if he doesn't want them to.
Yeah.
Just hide in the trees in LSA.
One, it's like you said, like with the Omni Knight behind everybody, it's really important that you make sure that those heroes just get bopped when it happens. Still
You don't want the turnaround.
Done. Man, V-Tune, he's a farmer. If there's one thing about this guy, he gets big.
And, you know, if he just one-shots Miracle, that's there goes the 15k lead, right?
Yeah. Just do it.
That's just math for you. Yeah. Just kill that one guy.
I mean, it could actually happen.
All right, so what does Miracle buy? Does he buy the BKB or the eggs? What do you think?
I don't know. I'd almost think about like an Aeon disc or something. Maybe that's crazy. But I guess that you can still get that dispelled if you're able to tickle him down beforehand. Maybe it doesn't matter. Now let's go Ags.
He's gonna hit the eggs.
Yeah.
He'll be like, yo, just give me the cheese, MC. Give me the cheese and I'll take eggs.
Oh.
BKB makes this game look so free. I feel like he probably should just take it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Miracle kind of wants to outplay a little bit since they're still pretty far up. Oh,
And then
illusion?
the illusion. Oh, that didn't
yeah,
bring
they
smoke.
noticed.
Get out of there. That smoke missing is painful. Oh my god, the 4-man clutch! Look at him jump in onto everybody! LSA hit afterwards, General done. They buy back
they're pulling him back!
and look at him pull him in! They try and bring him down, and now V-Tune gonna be stunned for a moment, try to beat the crap out of him, but can't take down Miracle. And now BKBs are lower, tries to turn onto Weeha, does so much damage. V2 needs to get the hell out of here, but they completely eviscerate him with the ulti coming from Weeha. That Sanities was devastating. Iceberg left alone afterwards. No chance at all. Dude, MC.
Yeah, and that's why we always called Sanities the Hammer when OD was a little bit more common back in the day. That was gross. Just like evaporating a couple of heroes there.
Jeez.
Oh man, I can't believe how badly that went. All from the illusion bait through the smoke. The Atos comes out. Oh, that's painful to see. Iceberg's gonna be kicking himself a little bit there. I mean, you can't blame him. It's a super tense situation. You're actually feeling like maybe there's a chance of this comeback, so you want to do everything you can to try and win it, and then you just kind of boob it up like that.
Nobody wants to be a boob, Trent.
You blew it.
Unbelievable. 37 minutes in, and with no buybacks, that's at least this lane, and probably the second one as well. It is really hard to stop this push that's coming in now. And as you said, like, they don't have the great tower hitters in the world, but when everybody's dead, it makes it easier. Ooh.
I like that little like flag thing on the ground under GH. You know, Navi Nation, they need you guys.
Wow.
You must believe.
Gotta see if they can do it. It's a tough ask to hold on, but this was the same moment earlier where Nigma stuck around a little bit too long and then got walloped. Does not seem like it's going to happen this time. They just back away safely.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, good blink away.
Yeah, General, be careful. With Kuro there, the range of that initiation with the Yules is deceptively huge.
Crazy big AoE, or rather, said range AoE. They're going to throw out a couple more stuns here. I mean, V-Tune, he got the God Strength, extra damage, talent. They have a Scythe now done for the OD. This is a hard game.
It really is. Jeez, MC doesn't even know what he wants. He's holding the Havoc Hammer, the Ninja Gear, and the the orb. But all right, he's going to give up the orb.
Give him the hammer. He's had a hell of a game.
Yeah, it really has.
Despite being below GH in net worth. Just sort of, he's made do.
I mean, he's just chilling, right? He's just like hanging out in the fog, waiting for somebody to kick off, and just trying to force his team into good fights by just being the first one in every single time. Well, what more does he need now? Like 3,200 HP? His Havoc Hammer is a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, like Ags maybe, but like it's not super necessary, it feels like.
Oh, I'd like to see GH get a refresher though. That sounds kind of hype.
Yeah, it sounds way better. Just Ags. Oh my god, Weeha's crazy. He just doesn't care. Iceberg, again, found out. Punched up. Meanwhile, Dark Willow in front of him. Stun's going to come out with a BKB, but the turnaround, look at the catch. Does he have enough to bring down
God,
Weeha?
he actually got a bash.
Look at this.
That bash was huge.
Are you kidding me? All right,
I saw the BKB. I thought he was safe. Now he's on curl. Oh!
GH comes out, and they're going to try and bring down Miracle afterwards. He's completely isolated. Why don't Nigma want to win this game, Trent?
Curl just got hit for 2,200. He actually just got completely one-shot. Like, I can't believe he got the bash. V2's a monster. Why don't they want to win this game? I mean,
he did more damage than the entire Radiant team on this
it's all V2.
And this Roche is up with the refresher now.
I mean, we shouldn't be surprised. This guy regularly makes Lifestealer look broken.
Yeah.
He carries games on that hero. Hand him to Sven, and V2 can do some real magic.
All right, GH wants to win this one. Mind Control going to run in. Omni afterwards tries to stay alive. The arena is going to be dropped. That's too much damage.
He's so out of there.
It's like, you guys, you started this madness. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, he's moving in though. Miracle in trouble. Stun's going to come out. Can they kill him off in time? The crush again from MC, saving his carry's life. Is it going to be enough though? Oh, almost quite. Can they kill a Miracle? Going to fall. V2 also though in the dirt, and with no buyback, that might finally have done it.
Oh. It might not be over.
Oh, Chase, Bash, they're going to buy back on the Silencer. General, Ghost Scepter, blink away. He had a chance there, but won't be able to get it. Mind Control now going to be assaulted by Iceberg, but Mind Control says, you want to battle me? I got some cheese. Because they're going to chase down and kill off the Silencer eventually here. Omni back up in a second, but it's a couple seconds too late, and GG's going to be called.
I'm really glad they fully committed even after the death of the OD and the Ember. That's why I thought it might not be like over, because they could theoretically just like chill out a little bit, but they didn't want any more opportunities for the Sven.
Yeah. That was, I think, the right decision there to go all the way in. And really, really impressive game. Mind Control felt like he was on another level with that, the Slardar, like you mentioned, Kuro a couple times as well. Weeha, I think also just, I think that was his only other death. He had like 2 deaths in that game, I want to say.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Really solid stuff. Anything that sticks out to you that you either like really like or would want to change going into game number 2?
Well, I think part of what made this OD good was that it felt like they didn't really have a good read on the hero. Obviously, the matchup did not work as well as they thought it would with Silence in the mid lane. I'm sure they thought that was going to go better. And then did show a nice utilization of the Astral Imprisonment versus the Sven, since so many saves are dispellable by either items or from like other abilities, and the Astral isn't, then it just created a situation where in the mid game where there were these really important fights that Navi actually could have won if it wasn't for really good saves from Weeha there with the imprisonments. So good, well done by him to identify that's like, hey, as long as I get like good Astrals onto Miracle, he might feed a couple times, but it's going to help delay these fights and drag them out, and then we can utilize our very long chase down of MC and Miracle to try and secure the win.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're able to accomplish. Once you get that OD into position, he is going to deal a lot of damage. Dealt the most damage in that game by far. Oh, no, excuse me, Sven, because that's Sven. But for now, at least, we are going to have to go to a quick break, get ready for game number 2, and then hear from that wonderful panel about what they thought of game number 1, Nigma versus Navi. More right after this.
EGB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
Hey there, Dota 2 fans. Team Nigma, Team Navi, ready to go at it again. We got Game 2, we got T-Gov, we got Lizard, and Phoenix Lena, a couple of fiery openers as we now move into the sticky, icky Viper. Welcome back, boys. How are we?
Good, splendid. Chipper after that first game. Excited to see how Nigma was able to execute that lineup, and yeah, it's good to see some new heroes.
Yeah, you don't really expect a lot of teams to do well with that kind of a lineup, and seeing Nigma really execute it to perfection is something else. Like Mind Control, the way he played that Slardar, we with a kind of a different build, but a very popular build right now on OD. I just say different because it's not something that we've seen recently in pro games, but it's but it is popular still in the pubs, right? If you see your OD here and there. I have to say one thing that I didn't like about the silencer. If you watched mid one and the way he itemized the silencer, Iceberg was still itemizing like it's 2018. He went for that early Atos with a couple of null talismans. I think Glimmer Cape on silencer core is so valuable right now. If you combo it with something like a Midas, would have been so good for him.
That's a great shout, actually. Now that they've added that attack speed to Glimmer Cape, it's actually a little bit of an offensive item. Like, not offensive, but it's not just 100% defense. And for somebody like Silencer, that's value town. I like
yeah,
that.
for sure. In terms of the draft, though, right now, I like the fact that with Nigma, they didn't have second pick. So they open up with their Lena. They go for this Viper, which is their soft cover for like potentially that Spectre. And it is kind of forces Navi to think a little bit differently entering into that second phase. They decide to kind of look away from the Viper lane for now, pick up that Mars, and they're going to try and think about how to deal with it over the next, 3 bans and then the pick order in that next phase.
And Navi open up with this Phoenix Mars is so Navi. It's so fly to moon. This is your always want to fly Phoenix. It's his best hero. I want to see Roger as far away from this Phoenix as possible. Give him anything else. Just let always want to fly play it. It's like when he plays Phoenix and when he plays anything else, it's a different story. He brings so much more to the table as a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Their offlane went pretty well last game. I mean, the Willow Mars, right? The classic duo. We saw it do some work early on. Just wasn't enough against OD. Can we take a second to just appreciate the OD, gentlemen? 12-2, a great pick. And it wasn't even a 10th pick OD. I mean, that was the thing that kept standing out to me, that it was that good of an OD game,
It just works. And it's one of Weeha's favorite heroes. I remember my time, obviously, with Chaos working with Weeha. It was the heroes that he always wanted to play. Of course, it was a completely different hero back then. But if you think about top 6 heroes that Weeha always have this soft spots for, OD is one of them. So if the game is going to appear and he hasn't already been sacrificed in the draft, then for sure he's going to probably ask for it, and they're going to try and build the draft around him. So yeah, great performance. And yeah, I'm just very happy to see new heroes, man. I'm so bored of like these generic lads. So when I get a spicy little, yeah, exactly, little, exactly,
You just got to see an OD go up against a core silencer, man. I don't know what else you want. I mean, that's
not a Zeus. Again, just to make it very clear, not a Zeus.
Nigma in their last draft as well had 0 carries. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can jump on the bandwagon and just say that we don't have versatility, but I really think we do. I think this is one of the most versatile patches when it comes to the amount of heroes that are being picked and the amount of heroes that are being rotated through the patch. Yeah, there are some annoying ones that are still in the pool right now. Like yesterday, we were talking about how broken PA is. And here you go. Like, she's not even picked. Well, why isn't she picked? Because we have a Viper on one side, right? And if Nigma doesn't pick it, perhaps Navi doesn't really want to take it versus that break. So I really think that there's a lot of versatility in this patch. There's a lot of heroes.
Well, and even look at how these bans have changed, right? Nigma have now removed Storm in the second phase. We've seen him almost exclusively removed in the final phase today. And Terrorblade, where the hell did that hero come from? Of all the carries that we've talked about and seen picked and banned, I don't think Terrorblade's been touched at all. And then now, all of a sudden, out of the blue, he's getting this kind of priority. Again, just speaking to some of the diversity that we're still seeing.
It's also kind of the way in which when you look at Nigma's picks, they're kind of covering themselves from this potential, like this offlane Viper, this 5-position Lena. You don't want to play up against these heroes that are hard to kind of jump or at least lock down, right? So that's where these bans are kind of coming into play. And the Furin is more about that tempo. But for Navi, something I want to touch on is their draft so far, from first game to this game, they're going for like just strong pairings, right? They're not trying to utilize these flex picks. They're not trying to be quirky. They're just laying down what their draft's going to do. Omni Sven, bang. And then they go Mars Willow. That's our first game. This game, they have the Mars Phoenix. They go for Avenge. And this might end up to be like Avenge Drow, the Avenge ranged here, right? But it's Navi's drafting style is strong side lanes and then trying to get the best mid hero for Iceberg.
They did ban out the Spectre. Obviously, they didn't really want to pick it because you're playing into a Viper. And that makes this Venge Drow combo a little bit more probable. There is still PA in the pool that I mentioned a little bit earlier, which could be decent for Nigma because it is a hero that can get on top of that Drow early, close and personal, right? So that might be an option for them. It's also not a bad hero versus Mars because you can jump out of the arena versus Phoenix's Zeg as well. You can get that bonus attack speed with the Blink Strike.
I always think of Juggernaut as well against the Phoenix, though they already have Lina in the Egg Hitter, so one tool there. Maybe not the final solution, but still pretty good.
Yeah, but that's the thing, obviously, with Lina being one of these things, flex pick.
Oh,
we don't really know what's
pick.
happening. Yeah, exactly. And this is where I think Nigma will utilize that and most likely pick up that position 4. Oh, no, you know what? Not a flex pick. No, not anymore. It's now most likely just the mid.
Oh,
so
man.
unflexed. And there's the Navi Drow, as expected. The strong lanes opening up the mid. And yeah, it's nice to see.
Venge Drow. This is the third time today I think we've seen it. Good stuff. It's darn tootin', especially when you got this front line. You've got the Phoenix sort of double stave, egg to kind of reset. If the game goes long enough, you can pull the Drow into the egg and the heal. This looks good. Plus the swap, right? You got Venge for positioning saves if the Drow gets caught too far forward. Amazing.
Yeah. I'm just looking forward to Nigma's last 2 picks. Let's see if it's gonna be they're gonna be it's gonna be the Jug that you called instead. All right, I actually didn't expect this because they already have a way of dealing with the egg, like you mentioned, but it is it's not as good as the PA in my eyes still versus Drow, because you don't have that extra mobility. You do have the built-in BKB versus the Arena versus Phoenix, which is nice. But you don't have a hero that gets close to Drow. And now, if your Viper is being played mid, like they often like to do, like it could be offlane as well, but if it is mid, it doesn't matter. Just their last pick needs to get close. Like that's it. They need reach. They need one of those spirits or an offlane that gets close to the Drow.
Jug is kind of weird, though, isn't he? Because he'll get a Manta so he can deal with silence. You can get that movement speed talent with spin. If he gets Aghanims at some point, you have that extra cast range. Omni Slash is that weird. If you somehow get in, it's crippling. I wouldn't say it's easy, but he can sometimes get in there to try to battle the Drow. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit.
Yeah, the way that we need to look at this Juggernaut pick compared to, for example, the PA is more what's it going to provide to the team, right? And we saw how Nigma wanted to play that previous game. When the OD was ready to play, everyone was enabling them together, right? We had the big MC crushes and obviously the Ember poking and prodding. And that's what we're kind of seeing here, again, with this Juggernaut pick. And they have second pick, right? So they're going to have the last pick for Weehaw, potentially. It could be the Viper in whatever lane. Like, again, flexible. So this Juggernaut is a team hero. The Healing Ward, the GOAT.
Yeah. There is definitely a recurring theme around Kuro prioritizing healing right now in this meta. Since he's been back for this group stage, we've seen him draft these double heal mechanics pretty regularly, and you've got it here again.
The Undying one that he had too. And one thing that I didn't mention about Jug, even though PA is fine with jumping out of the arena sometimes, right? Jug is way stronger in the laning stage versus Mars and versus Phoenix as well, because you have that BKB ability. You have the spin to get rid of Phoenix's fire spirits. You have it to chase down Mars with Enchantress. This is one of those power lanes. This is a lane that's extremely difficult to deal with.
Okay. So
Magnus
Nigma doesn't have second pick. So the flex doesn't matter. So they're going to have to reel something, lads. Who's where and why? You know, it's what they're currently deciding. How much reserve time do they have left? We'll find out in 4 seconds.
It looks like 38, I think. So a little bit of time here.
Okay. You got plenty of time to think about it. Realistically, I would prefer. I think Viper in the offlane is fine against Drow if you go super aggressive.
I was going to say
Ooh,
we need
have
some
Bat.
catch, and
All right, yeah.
the Bat Rider checks that box.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's very strong against like pretty much all of Navi's lineup. The lack of true
Except
like,
Venge.
lockdown.
Can't forget, there's the swap that breaks Lasso. That is good against Bat.
Yeah, into the mid to late game portion for sure. But the early kind of timing of running at you, it's obviously kind of Bat favored. But in terms of the big picture, for sure, Venge is that counter.
I think sometimes you try to pick a little bit too flexible and pick these heroes that can rotate. Exactly. Flex picks that can be put anywhere, that you end up with a draft that, yeah, like you pick this Bat later on, but your lanes look a little bit awkward for me. They go with your Bat.
Okay.
Like this, it opens up, right? When you see this Bat that's not really last picked, and when they have time to think about it, it can be your Abaddon mid, it can be your
Abba.
This is the Navi flare,
Legion commander.
Yeah, exactly. Viking did Legion, and now Navi are like, Viking, this is our time to steal the limelight.
Okay,
We're for the
all right. So for everyone that's been asking the question, why are we seeing Bat Rider ignored? Today is going to be the answer to that question. We saw LC dumpster it earlier. Will Abba do the same? I'm really excited to see how this pans out. This is cool. We need some predictions, though.
It's hard. Okay, it's hard to truly predict because I think that the pacing Enigma is favor for them. The question for me is, can this Abaddon actually frontline enough? Because he easily tanks through everything on Nigma, right? And if he has a good game and just can be in the right position, then Navi suddenly scale beautifully. But I think Nigma might just have the pacing.
Now, my problem for him is the break from Viper as well. So because of that, I'm going to lean Nigma's way again.
All right. Let's see if they can do it, gang. Could be the last game of the day. Head over to egb.com below the stream if you're looking to bet on this sweet action. But we've got Trent and Lyrical now to take it away. Boys, go for it. It's your time to shine.
Oh, shine we will indeed. Man, and you know who else is shine is going to be Iceberg. He's playing a freaking Abba, Trent. The hell? Against Bat Rider, why not?
And not one we get to see too often coming out of the mid lane. We've had some safe lane Abba a little bit this patch and the last one, but mid. So yeah, as the panel mentioned, very similar to the idea that the Legion Commander had. And we'll see if Bat will have a good time, because we were kind of discussing how this hero's moved into a late ban in the drafts, but not picked all too often lately. So I think probably Nigma and Liquid, two of the better teams at utilizing this mid Bat, especially with Koikva and Weehaw, and also still threatening on the side lane. So I'm at least happy to see it come back. And well, we'll see if double counters is too much for the Bat Rider.
True enough. Yeah, already having that Venge available and ready to go. I actually thought that, like you said, it was going to be potentially a Bat Rider in the off lane, and just maybe try and either put some pressure on or set themselves up for the Viper in the mid lane or what have you. But instead, it's MC playing that Viper, which is sort of, as you mentioned the other day, been a bit of an increase there. But I think that the thing to me that this game really tells me is just how much Drow Venge is just a staple that doesn't need anything else. It just needs heroes that allows it to be Drow Venge, and when that happens, you win games. At least that's how Navi feel about it. It's
it's like Slide RPA, right?
Yeah.
It's like its own little isolated block of this is good. Let us put this in our draft, and it will be good, pretty much no matter what else goes on.
And general, he played this Mars last game as well. I've seen him play this hero so many times, and it feels like he often has standout performances. Last game was tough playing against the OD, but gonna try and redeem himself a little bit here, playing with Roger on the Phoenix, and it looks like they're gonna be a trade-off with Nigma gonna get 2 and Navi 2.
Yeah, Miracle didn't want to rip the spin or anything there. Didn't see the spacing for it, so just gonna have to give it up.
Yep. So things to watch for. It feels to me like mid is just going to be a snore fest with a bunch of aphotic shields taken off the sticky.
Yeah, it starts at a 12-second cooldown as well, so it's not really a big concern. It's a little bit of a waiting game with the Firefly, but for the most part, it should go relatively okay for the Abba, I would assume.
Okay.
Obviously not a match we've seen all too often. It's going to be frustrating at first for Weehaw, I'm sure, just because it's a melee hero, and he's going to have the Quelling Blade, and you're trying to right-click through it, but it's not like he's going to be removing the stacks off the creeps. I mean, you can see Weehaw's got 6 stacks on some of these already. I think he missed that one, unfortunately.
Yeah. And also playing with this magic stick in the lane. Iceberg gets 4 stacks up on him. Doesn't really have to worry that much. Then immediately takes it all off again and is ready to go for round number 3.
He's getting the value in right now, right?
Yeah.
There's 10 stacks, so he's just spamming everything. It's like, aha. But now it's popped already from Iceberg.
That's going to be...
I'm going to try and not just watch mid the whole time. I'll try. But, I mean, it feels a lot like last game, where mid's going to be the most interesting one.
Yeah, I think the thing about it, though, is, like, I wonder how interesting it would be if we saw this matchup play out, like, 10 times. But because it's one of those matchups you never see, that inherently makes it, like, there's a lot of things that could happen, a lot of weird stuff that could go on. As the Orb of Venom kind of chased down here onto Miracle, down bottom, lots of pressure onto V-Tune as well. But both of the carries, after being pressured a little bit, will be able to survive that engagement. And Miracle just keeping the healing ward back behind the tower. Going to heal up Kuro and himself a little bit more. While down bottom, V-Tune has to use the salve.
Yeah, there were, as the panel pointed out, a lot of flexibilities still remaining in the Nigma draft as they're entering their final picks. And one of those things that was left was a potential position 4 hero like an Earth Spirit or a Tiny-esque hero to try and utilize with this Viper, right? Because we've seen that a lot lately. To really try and bully the lane. And they wind up with Alina, who, of course, is one of the most suppressive 4s that there is anyway. Maybe she's not going to be that same, like, tank ability presence in the mid-game, but I think a big goal for them should be trying to slow down this Drow's laning stage, right, and try and make that recovery a bit more difficult as she hits level 6 and heads to the jungle.
Up top, they're going to TP back to the tower for General. That will ensure he's able to live through it while the lane is pushing back out again.
Look how far they pushed V-Tune back.
Yeah, it's a pretty big problem. Back under the tower, and GH still wanting to chase here. And able to just head out the other side of the trees. But another salve going to be used. GH going to throw out the stun onto Always Want to Fly, having to make the choice. Do I want to go for creeps? Do I want to try and save my support?
Oh my god, GH!
Is
he trying to die?
I mean, he doesn't care. The tower will eventually now switch back over to him, and he is in some trouble. And yeah, it looks like eventually going to be brought down, saving the kill for V-Tune. First blood. Well, Kuro dies up top afterwards, and now Roger, maybe in a little bit of trouble himself, does go for the Fairy Fire, living through it. General doesn't have another spear, but they have the chase down, and the body blocked. Absolutely clutch by General here. Needs a couple more touches, but there is going to be the healing ward laid down. You know, a lot of value out of that early.
I legit think GH was just trying to die.
Okay.
To courier stuff back. And I mean, I'm sure he was really hoping he would trade it with the Drow, but he knew one way or another that he was going to die when he started that dive under that tower. Because there was no escape plan there. And he had no mana, he had no mangoes or anything. And he's just like fully going under. It's like a Skywrath mage suicide plan, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that is one sort of thing. There's like no more regen in this bottom lane now. Just one tango for Always Want to Fly. They do have a couple couriers coming out, though.
And you saw him blocking the camp there on the pole. Make sure there's not a double stack for trying to salvage this lane a little bit for themselves. Now they're really hungry for a kill because they have that urn, too, right?
Yeah, true.
Where are you going?
Making all the difference in the world. As going to take some more right clicks here. They do have a salve just brought out on Always Want to Fly. That's going to need to be another bit of net worth buried into V-Tune. As mid lane, you can see that battle still raging back and forth. Hasn't really been that much of a change. Both heroes getting close to the level 6s, which I think just makes everything more difficult to kill people, but that's fine.
I mean, we're talking about all this pressure on V-Tune, and he's like running circles around his tower, but he got that first blood, and he's second on the net worth chart, only behind that Abba. So life is good as Jace tries to turn the damage back on Always Want to Fly.
Mind control. Lots of damage. Down bottom, he's dead. They get the kill.
Oh,
and now
minus the armor.
Chase down, also gonna get that kill.
Now go for the bounties. Oh no, Weeha's already here.
You gotta get the hell out of here. It's dangerous with the Bat Rider.
And he has the flame break. Uh-oh. That ward seals his fate.
And that should be enough here, as there isn't any way to get anybody into position to save it. So, well, a couple more turnarounds as Weeha secures a couple quick kills.
You'll have to do better than that.
Oh, well, up top here, General wraps around, kills the healing ward and TP's back to the tower. What a boss.
Down bottom, Always Want to Fly is going to die again. Just TP'd back in and gets demolished. Mind control and Weeha, who look very similar, by the way. These
they
Viper
really
cosmetics.
do, actually. Oh man, this is tactical.
Both of them in the game. Why not? Oh, he just got the deny there with the illusion. Nice.
This is why they had to add those little hero icons.
Oh my god, they're gonna force the TP afterwards. Oh, and he's gonna cancel it. Weehaw! Oh no! He's just gonna dive him.
Team?
Dude, he canceled his TP mid because he's like, I don't want to really go down there, but you need me. And then Weeha's like, you're not gonna finish that TP.
Yeah.
General gonna try and chase down Miracle here. Dude, that's 4 deaths down bottom in the space of just a couple of minutes here. Is Miracle? He
double
dead?
walk of shame.
Surely not. Does that have a spear? Oh?
Crow just sounds not. He's good.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
All right, so Weeha ended up TPing all the way back home, and now he's made his way up top, gonna get a stack on, and maybe hoping to help out with that kill on Roger, but he's gonna limp his way back up to the high ground. Oh, Miracle's still chasing.
Got very low. Oh, Kuro! Oh, just
What?
found him.
Did he double back?
He doubled back. He just caught him with the impetus. General, though, finds the bigger kill on a Miracle. Just soloed him. Not sticking around too long. I don't know, Trent. Crazy things are happening in this game.
Okay. I guess, I don't know if he must have spun in just for some, like, last hits or something.
Yeah, he was trying to go for it. Down bottom, Mind Control is going to be silenced. Dies now to Iceberg. The rarely seen level 7 ABBA rotation. Kill the offlane Viper. And, you know, Weeha was able to make some good moves, but now ABBA getting involved a little bit as well. You can see that 3 of the top 4 net worths all inhabited by the Radiant. Having a much better game this time around.
Look at Weeha's angle here in the mid.
Nice. Pushback's not going to be there quite in time. Bringing in a lot of heroes. General drops down the arena, tries to keep him alive, but Iceberg couldn't get there in time. So they're going to lose the Drow. Weeha will also fall.
That's a 4x streak from Weeha put on to General, who also has a streak of his own, 4-0-0, and has eclipsed the Drow and the Batrider to take 2nd overall in the net worth. Treads, Illusion Rune, just farming up the camp like crazy right now. General wants to be a real force in this one, as Kuro perhaps getting another kill here, but the Chain Lightning has actually run out.
Ooh. Gotta hide, buddy. There's the Photic Shield, although Kuro's trying to cut him off.
He knows, though. Roger's not falling. Oh, Roger, not
Roger.
good.
No, Roger, run away. Impetus shot, but that a Photic Shield. He does lose his regen from Tranquils, though, and there's going to be the Chain Lightning used yet again, as General finds another kill on Mind Control down bottom. Going to also chase down Weeha here. Everybody's super low, but always want to fly, will survive. General is just a freaking bully.
Yeah, he's really utilizing his lane influence on the rest of the map right now, and this is bad news for Nigma right now. Like the game, it's only a 1K-ish lead for Navi, but look at their heroes, and then you know how this Drow is going to accelerate because of the start that she has as she moves into the jungle, compared to someone like Miracle. Like maybe Miracle's going to get a little bit of that space, but like, can he? What does he have coming out? Anything? No. He's just sitting on phase. But it's like, what does he do? Does he just go straight Battle Fury? Does he go back for the Mask of Madness? I feel like either way, he's going to be in the jungle for a long while.
Yeah, this is one of those weird games with Juggernaut where it's like just sort of a naked Jug, you know, no extra sort of steroid to help boost him up at all. Swap in here. They're trying to take down Mind Control down bottom. And with V-Tune and General together, they managed to find another kill.
Meanwhile, they're pressuring Iceberg up top as well, and they get the Omni Slash off post ulti.
Gotta be careful trying to run away, and the chase down's gonna be enough.
And Roger, I think, just got Lagoona'd and lived.
Okay. We'll dive out of there.
Yeah, it seems Kuro couldn't get the GH rather. Kuro last game. Couldn't get the finish this time with the Lina. Oh, the steal of the stack, though. Kuro making plays. Always on a fly is going to stun up the bird and stop the Cyclone. No.
Nice. That's the way to do
it.
Look at General.
Meanwhile, General
over here. Yeah,
Kuro's busy microing this bird. Is going to die for it. He's watching this bird battle with always on a fly. Ah, well, happens to the best of us.
That was well done.
Yeah.
Is he going to die to this bird? Surely not. Oh, trying to get the stack. They're interrupting the stack with the bird.
This is why Kuro died, because he's doing this stuff.
I'd say it's worth it.
Like, I'm just like, yeah, lingering the birds. Like, all right, no bounty for them. Perfect. Oh, wait. Oh, it's a fly. I thought I was going to find it for a second there.
Get it?
Sweet, sweet gold.
Tower is in danger.
Well, in the meantime, while all this action is going on, Navi have decided to take the top tier 1 tower and holding on to this area with Mars and V-Tune. It's pretty hard to go and contest. Iceberg is just sort of pressuring them mid and will pop ulti as he runs away. And down bottom also trying to set up for a dive. Nigma hoping to make something happen here. Roger does have egg available, which is kind of a scary thought.
And it only works if they have arena, though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't think he wants to pop it.
Well, it's hard into Jug, too. Miracle's still chasing for him. Thinks they TP'd out. Nice hiding space by Roger.
Just hoping they'll leave so he can push it out again.
My thanks.
Okay. Mid. Can't get Kuro.
I think this game gets like particularly hard for Nigma because of the build that MC feels forced to go with the urn into the mech. It means that they can only really be like responsive, so he's not going to have that Atos, right? So now it puts all of the pressure on the Blink Dagger from Weeha, and he wants his Boots of Travel first, but the only catch they have is going to be Lasso. There's no like roaming Viper with Atos, and now look at Weeha. He's so vulnerable going for these plays without a Blink. He's just annihilated by a swap.
Really well played.
And now General has a Blink.
Yeah. He's had an amazing game. 6-0-3 so far on this Mars. When he has a good start, he knows what to do on this hero. And just
he has
completely
1,500
demolishing
HP. What are they going to do when he jumps in right now?
Yeah, they don't have an answer. Like, they need to Omni him, but, like, even Miracle doesn't have... Like, he has a Perseverance right now. Roger says, come high-five me, buddy. You want to say hi?
Oh, it drops an egg on his head, too? Now you got to kill him. You can't let him get away with that. That's just disrespectful.
Oh, my God. Roger's such a troll. That's amazing. He didn't even really do anything there, right? Like, he just used up his spirits, took a ton of damage.
Yeah.
He's got Tranquils, whatever.
Miracle's sounding like Night Stalker right now. Like, get my hands on that bird. Claws. Damn it. I messed up the line.
It's okay.
That's life. Smoked up General with the Blink Dagger. Yo, shout out to Night Stalker. He'll come back. Yo, Ice Frog, next patch. Just a little bit of love.
I don't know. You've been asking for a lot of things of Ice Frog recently. I saw your Brewmaster
Well, you might
tweet.
as well, I figure, you know. Might as well try.
You want to have the Earth Panda be able to use Meteor Hammer? Lost
Look,
your
all I'm
goddamn
saying
mind.
is it'd be kind of cool to stun with the Earth Panda, and then you could like use your Meteor Hammer, but then you could also be using your Cyclone Panda too, right?
Wow.
And then you could get like the fall down. So you'd be stunning one guy, and then you're channeling your Meteor Hammer on the other guy while you're cycling them, then dropping them into the Meteor Hammer. Like, you might be able to do like double hero Meteor Hammers.
Listen, I have trouble pressing all my buttons already on Brewmaster, okay? Save some for the rest of us.
The worst part is I don't even think it would make him relevant still, unless the lanes change a lot. But General, he's on the run. No Blink Dagger to worry about, but that is a pretty fast Bat Rider. Oh, what a sidestep.
That was sick.
That was like a whoa moment there.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
like
a
that.
slow lobbing projectile.
I thought he was going up the stairs. Not going to happen. And this is just, again, classic Drow Venge, right? With a random mid Iceberg that's there to pressure the tower with him as well. Like, how do you begin to assault this? There isn't a way.
I want to see the attack speed when the curse is on.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh my God, General just gets freaking Lagoona'd. Is he gonna die here? Yes.
Right, well,
yes.
that's the answer. How to kill him.
All right, what are they doing? Navi just lost their damn mind. They're gonna lose everybody. Iceberg now afterwards pops his ulti, tries to TP out, and will be able to make it happen. I guess losing
They found
Venge.
V-Tune.
He's also in trouble now. Getting healed back up, but it's not gonna be enough. Navi didn't even get the tower. Y'all are crazy.
Okay, you remember we were talking about Viking and how they're like really stable and they, you know, they have leads and they just don't throw them? That's like the antithesis of that. It's like, we're sieging this tier 1. What? They glyphed? Better dive in between the two towers and go to their high ground.
Yeah. Well,
Like, they don't have an initiation on Nigma. They have a walking Bat Rider right now.
Yeah, that type of thing can't happen. But it did. And here we are. GH now is going to be able to well, keep them off of the tower with mind control nearby. And V-Tune's like, all right, I'm done with you guys. I'm going to go farm. You get big. There is a nice little stack here, trying to secure on a Weehaw, but a good sidestep by the
a little bit of trouble
Batrider.
here. Always want Fly's got the pincer.
Well done.
Look at the vision in there. Yeah, that is not safe. That is no longer your jungle.
You know, all this time though, it's still free farm for Miracle, who has finished off that Battle Fury and now is going back for the Yasha, trying to get in towards the Manta. So that, you know, the main downside I think to that dive was that it's sort of putting a little bit slower timer on this pressure coming from Navi, and it's letting the Juggernaut get into his item.
Yeah, he has a longer period with more space, and they also gave up that big kill to the Batrider too from the Drow, so it's just gonna accelerate the blink. Like, at least they got one back on him, but still.
Oh my God, he denied
though.
it.
Oh, okay. Well,
My
it's space, you know. At least they get some territory back. But yeah, that definitely hurts a little bit.
Weehaw, getting closer to that blink like you're talking about, and finds a Philosopher's Stone for his trouble.
I'd be popping that thing in right now. He just sends it right home. Not even for 200 gold. Says I don't have time for that.
Unbelievable. So a little bit of space made back in, and Juggernaut starting to accelerate in his farm. They need to find a way, I think, on Navi now to try and, like, I guess, do you think about going Roche? Do you think about trying to take this tower since there's vision up there? If you're Navi?
What's my game plan right now? What's my Drow building? Drow really wants Manta for sure. It would make the fights a lot easier. I'd like to just like smoke with arenas right now, like Arena and Egg. I think into that Radiant territory would be pretty good. And then other than that, yeah, it's just Roche. So it's like, go get a kill inside that jungle that you have really well warded, and then take Roche. It seems like Nigma have a good read on what Navi know about their side of the map, though, right? They're just farming up Miracle on the Ancient side. He's easy. And Roger's just hanging out with that bottom wave.
Trying to get in towards his levels as well, which is going to make all the difference in the world. They just found a Grove Bow, which is pretty good. Drow's going to be able to pick that one up. Already has the Hurricane Pike completed. And it looks like Navi, at least at this point, is just sort of comfortable sitting pretty and waiting for that next tier of items. But I kind of agree with you. I would have loved to see them get a little bit more pressure on with this Blink Dagger on the Mars. And General, going to be found by Mind Control, immediately going to TP out. No Atos, as you mentioned, for the Viper. That is a free TP away.
Good call. Unfortunate for Nigma, they were moving so many additional heroes that way, but also there was some vision up there from Navi, so probably just had a good idea that he'd have the time to get the TP out of there. And then, of course, Iceberg just says, yeah, I'm taking enough. I can go right up in there. You know, he actually bought a Mask Meta, so you heard the panel say that, like, you know, I don't know how I feel about this ABBA just because of the break, and I was thinking, like, oh, well, it should be okay because there's no, like, silences, right?
Yeah.
And then he made his own silence, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him.
Yeah, that'd be really bad. You see down bottom there, just a quick and easy Omni Slash onto the Phoenix. Payback for earlier. And they're actually going to be the first ones to claim a tier 2 tower here. And if they're not careful, they're going to lose the outpost afterwards.
Oh my god. That TP out, though. V-Tune saw them coming on the ward. Oh, Miracle! Oh, it's not enough!
Is it enough? Oh my god, he's so low, so they're not going to get the tier 2. And General kills GH on the other side. Mind Control taking down Always Want to Fly. Multiple engagements all across the map here.
Yeah, 3 fights happening at once.
We're at 28 kills here, just 20 minutes into this game. Very freeform and sort of like weird kills happening also. It feels like any hero, if they get caught out, is like sort of under threat of death.
It's just like, it's very skirmishy, right? It's not full on team fights or anything. Everyone's just trying to get their own piece somewhere on the map right now. I can't believe Mind Control actually made it to these Greaves. His game has been very weird. Yeah. Right? From like this naked urn into like no more kills really, and then they started getting kills once the Batrider moved in. But then the fighting kind of stopped as he started going for the mech, and their lineup slowed down, and now they are losing Roche, but giving that pressure to Miracle in the bottom lane. I think Nigma probably know this is happening, they're sending in the creep, but considering Miracle's just like taking a tower for free, they probably just felt like they couldn't really contest this.
And in the meantime, instead, they get some pretty good pressure on the bottom tower, where the illusions are pushing in with the catapult wave. That tier 2 is done. They take the outpost away from Navi, and in spite of losing the Roche, they have a 3,000 gold lead right now.
Now we have a very rarely seen interaction of the Abba Manta.
Okay.
So we've seen the one of the things about Shadow Demon is actually really good versus Abba because you can disrupt Abaddon, and then when the illusions will silence the Abba really quickly, right? Because the curse stacks from different units.
Right.
So when the Abba mantas, he can like super quickly silence people. And of course, when he's silencing, he's applying that debuff that's gonna let the Drow turn into a heavy machine gun.
Same time right now, they get the Manta done on Juggernaut, so he has an answer to the silence if that does come out in time. But they're looking for a swap play first and foremost. Jump in. Arena already down, catching on to this Bat Rider who just gets completely obliterated. And that was a smoke used by Nigma at the same time. They just got caught out before they were able to go.
And that's the scariest part about this Drow and why you see it looks so broken in games is that, like, if you can create the space around the hero for her to just stand there, she just blows people up, right? I mean, even if she didn't have the ability to pierce through armor the way she does, I'm pretty sure this hero would still be kind of busted.
It's so much damage.
It's like you get not only piercing, but then like 46 agi as well. It's crazy.
Already an incredibly strong one, and Roger nearby scouts out Mind Control and Kuro. That Sentry Ward revealing, okay, Roger can't dive any further forward with that Invis rune. He has a Glimmer Cape done as well. Yeah, weird stuff going on in this game for sure. Wonder what the rest of Iceberg's game looks like now. You know?
Yeah, I feel like he's not sure either. He gives him a basher. Just kind of buy whatever, I suppose.
Doesn't have an 80 damage talent, but usually you see that cooldown reduction. I wonder if he goes for the damage in this game.
I would assume so with a Mask of Madness. That's got to be part of his plan.
Yeah. Really interesting.
It would just let them roast like so much faster.
At some point, he also needs to go for a BKB too. Like, one of the big issues you talked about is that silence with the break, and if Viper gets to 25, like, Abba is just kind of wrecked by that.
Yeah, they're definitely hoping we never get there. They get some decent talents of their own for sure, but yeah. I think Navi are hoping to perhaps get a little bit more done in the meantime. Currently, Weeha's waiting up for his BKB. That's probably the next big power spike for Nigma, where their fights look a little bit easier. Like, he's already contending with the BKB, like the Magic Immunity swap outs from the Venge for the Jug, and then that'll really be like the only concern for Weeha. But since he has to worry about the Lasso being broken by the Venge anyway, he might as well just like BKB and Lasso the Venge.
Yeah.
And then she's just kind of dead, and then they can collapse onto the Drow.
Well, I mean, I guess Iceberg could save him too, though, right?
That's true. I guess I just assume, like, Abba is weird to me. Like, he is a Lasso save, but I don't really rate it to the same degree in like, team fights in the mid-game compared to Venge.
Yeah.
Because, like, Venge's positioning is going to allow her to be there for the Drow, whereas the Abba's positioning, it's unlikely that he's going to be able to be there because he's going to be, like, in the front line, right?
Oh, and Weeha got them out, going to TP away. They should realize now. Do they see the fire? I can quite spot it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna wait. That courier's chilling.
Yeah.
Don't give up, boys on the fly. Believe in yourself.
Dire's middle tower is
Bounty runes again, traded off 2 apiece, and yeah, they get the D ward there. Easy peasy. There's another one up on this high ground. See if that one is taken away as well.
There's a lot of heroes down here by VTune.
Yeah, this is scary. Realizes,
he bails.
though.
He saw the Centaur. But yeah, that could have been an opportunity to get the Aegis taken down. But 30 seconds left, so V2 not going to risk anything.
Up top, Mind Control, trying to set up to cut the wave as well.
This is some vintage Nigma, right? It's a TI-7, baby.
Yeah, spots general. Hello, friend. How are you? Spear's going to connect. It's so much damage. It's like he just doesn't stand a chance. Holy moly.
Yeah, it's way more from the Mars though. Still, I was kind of curious the comparison, but yeah, it's mostly the Mars getting it done. Well, a little bit of help there from the Abba. Abba takes a little bit of time to warm up, but then once the curse is there, it is crazy. And there's that bash. So yeah, we'll see if we have perma bashing Iceberg now. The big thing will be he can stick on Miracle during the fights, and so like post Omni Slash or something, if he's trying to spin to try and move through the engagements or to escape, we're gonna be looking for those lucky bashes, and that's the kind of stuff that could just really tick you off.
Well, and eventually get into the Abyssal Blade too, you know, and then just keeping him stuck in place. It's a pretty neat game for it. Definitely not what you would fully expect. As always, want to fly, scouts out Miracle, GH nearby as well. They don't want to commit a lot of heroes here, but they're bringing down General afterwards.
Oh no.
Oh,
he's got this Ob Sentry combo, so he still feels safe. All right, they got him.
Dude,
though.
this is great for him. Set it up. Miracle hiding, wants to make the move. Stun is gonna land. No, trying to do it. They're right on top of this Drow. Swaps her out one time. Still has the swap afterwards. Needs to swap out General. Not gonna do it. Instead, the Manta dodge, and now the TP out of there. Miracle Yule sceptered up though. Didn't have the spin. Can he escape though? I don't think so.
He's got another spin.
He's got another.
Oh my god, that Manta dodge saved him.
Me? Miracle, the absolute G. Now they're gonna catch General as well. Nigma go from dodging away from death to taking down 2. Iceberg. Okay, he shows up now. All right, Miracle surely can't get away from another one. He's just going to. They might even lose him as well. Iceberg's got to run away now. Chase down coming. Another impetus shot. Pops the ulti. He's taking so much damage. Navi have completely thrown this one away. That chance at a fight down bottom. They get out with Iceberg, but you can't be feeling confident after that series of events.
Oh, that got weird really fast. Yeah, I thought he was going to swap General back in too. I thought there might have been a play there, but I always want to fly. Just he was probably just thinking like, all right, I'm just going to set you up for the easiest spear ever after with the arena, but it did not happen.
Sometimes you just get Manta dodged.
Miracle's flex in this game. They had such a good start to this match, and now, despite being down 6 kills overall as the game's been progressing, they are starting to garner a bit of a lead. Trying to find a Weehaw up top, going to be unsuccessful. They chucked the wave to the north, but Weehaw's gone south, and even wants to mess around with this wave a bit, as he's going to cast that and then blink out to safety.
That's crazy. Makes it happen. So much space created. Doing a ton of damage to the wave. It's not going to push naturally now, and they're going to get together and I think try and make a smoke play. Like, they have to sort of try and recover after these last couple minutes here.
We are still working on BKB, but it's just about done, and this is the Aegis timing. So if the Aegis is instant, that could be very good for Navi, because they want it before the BKB's out, but no, it is going to be about a 66% one there. It's a 2-minute roach spawn.
Well, Drow did find a Paladin sword, but actually decides to leave that one off, and it's going to be given over to somebody else, I think. So, is going to finish off the butterfly, keeping the Grove Bow in the inventory.
Wow. It's a pretty nasty butterfly right now, though. She hits hard. 458 attack speed. And that's before you're applying the curse from Iceberg, too.
325
he's so
damage.
close to Abyssal, too.
No,
I guess relative for an Abba, I should say. Feels
dangerous.
pretty damn close.
Tries to find Weehaw, is not going to be able to get him. I mean, this is the problem, really, though, is like actually getting on the engagement.
Smoking.
Yeah. Like, they're not able to stay on these targets right now. Okay, they take down that ward. There's still another one back behind, spotting V-Tune and Always Want to Fly. And they're going to be able to secure that outpost. So both outposts
nice.
right before.
Good timing. No one TP'd up top or anything to try and cast the top one. I guess they'd have to go for the mid-tier too, so.
I don't know. This
That's a big XP swing.
Yeah. This game still feels like it's on a knife's edge, but are you kind of with me that it feels like Nigma might be pulling ahead a little bit soon? I don't know.
I actually feel like this game still looks better for Navi.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think especially once the Abyssal's out. Like, I think there's a lot of pressure on Miracle, and especially Weehaw, honestly. But he has the 10-second BKB. It's just they need these lassos to be good, and the swap is there. You know, it's level 14. Oh, there's that lasso, though.
And they get him. They bring down the Phoenix. Broken, chased, Iceberg pushed back into it. Has to pop ulti here. He wants to live. All V-Tune trying to chase away. This is not the fight that they wanted it to start like this. And they're going to pop the ulti. Iceberg gets swapped back out. Always want to fly. They drop down the arena. Broken yet again. So much damage coming out from all of them. They're going to lose another hero. Going to buy back on both. Can they do anything else left? The Supernova is down. Tries to Manta dodge that one. Not going to work for Weehaw. He gets demolished. Illusion Rune not going to help him. As Curl also gets brought down very low. Mind Control tries to bring down V-Tune, but just a quick TP away. And cancels the TP, actually decides, you know, let's just kill you. That's fine. General barely living through all of that. 30
On the worst
HP.
case scenario, the Roche is now up. The buybacks will be completely worth it for them now.
Damn. Big plays for Navi, and this is before the Abyssal Blade. It just now gets brought out.
Okay, did you see how fast that Batrider died? It took 1,088 drow damage in 1 second.
Okay. Yeah,
That is
fine.
unreal.
That's fine. Surely.
That's okay.
This is gonna opt to go actually back for the Paladin Sword afterwards for V-Tune. So Jug is big. Drow, if left to our own devices, is really hard to deal with, but he has the Swift Slash.
Swift Slash.
Swift Slash.
That's a toughie. Can't wait to hear you call that one in the middle of the team fight.
Swift Slash slides in.
Suffer and Succotash. He's got the Swift Slash.
I
Weehaw.
love Sylvester.
And he's looking for Iceberg here. Actually, who's looking for who? I'm not sure. Considering there's an Abyssal there now, it kind of feels like Iceberg's got the lasso. He can lasso you into a silence. You can like force a potential BKB out of Weehaw in these moments now.
And even then, it might not be enough.
Yeah, it's true. Depending on the bash luck. Iceberg can just kill this tower, I'm pretty sure.
This Abba doesn't look bad, you know? Like,
It's very niche because of the laning matchup and the way it can work out, but yeah, it looked really good this game.
like now has this Orb of Destruction, beating the crap out of the tower, given all this attack speed. Look at the freaking Drow. Has the Solar Crest on her, bonus attack. This is just, it's silly. It's so silly.
652 attack speed.
What in the Sam hell? Yeah, if you get these curses on them and the Solar Crest going, V-Tune just absolutely eats them. They're going to lose the tier 3 if they don't get
Look
back.
at these towers.
They're just gone.
Guys,
-4 is the final armor
It's
for
dead.
the tower. Yeah, they don't have an answer. You can't get it quickly enough. They're going to pop the glyph now. Oh, we have to pop the ulti manually.
that was close.
That was really close. And they're going to back out. They just took 3 towers in like less than a minute almost. That third one is now 600 HP.
And they're trying to put up some speedrun stats, I think, after this game. Not going to be able to finish off the entire lane, though, so I don't think that's going to finish the category. Smoke out there from Nigma. They're going for the long wraparound here. They're saying, okay, they're going to back to farm somewhere here. That appears to be the play from Weehaw.
Send some
They have a gem?
illusions out.
Do not.
Might have scouted this vision. Oh, and they're just walking up high ground again.
Travis
Nobody's
Courier.
home. Yeah, V2 up front and center. Oh, good positioning by Always Want to Fly here. And General hiding off to the side. Who do they go on? Blink back
Beaton
afterwards.
wants it. He's trying to finish it.
Oh, this is
A
deadly.
few more hits.
It would have been enough.
No, he wants it.
Iceberg going in. Gives it a couple quick punches. And look at this. Look at the damage on a curl.
He's like, man, I should hit the
Pop them back
heroes.
Afterwards, look at the freaking damage coming out. They're going to pop the Swift Slash. Tries to run. They're going to be able to. They take the melee Rex and just don't lose anything for it. God, they need a silence on somebody. He has Mindbreaker on Jug. That has to be the way that they do it. Mindbreaker with the break going on Iceberg.
Catch him off guard.
Yeah,
Except then he could still Abyssal his way out.
that's true. Well, yeah, that's true.
Big brain plays.
Abyssal used, already in. V-Tune walking forward too, says, come deal with me. That was a very, very dead Batrider. So quickly, Mind Control just
Hey,
barely
they don't even
alive.
know. They don't even know they're killing him. I don't think. He's like walking away from illusions and almost dying.
All right, Drow is silly. Drow is so silly.
It's I always bring up like the old J-Storm roster when I see these lineups, but it's this idea of like double offlaners and then just some insane one, because that's how they always used to play when Moo went to the carry.
Yeah.
they would just, every once in a while, they just pull out the double offlaner strat, and a lot of the games look like this.
Look at this. They're pressuring up top right now. General trying to find Weehaw, and ooh, not quite able to get him there. That Invis rune won't connect. But all of that was happening. Like, V-Tune's still just comfortable pushing this mid lane. TP moving in. Miracle there. Finds Iceberg. Swift slash silence. And broken. Healed back up by the Sunray. Runs on in. Abyssal Blade. Didn't stand a chance. GH just gets walloped. Now a 4,000 gold lead. Navi looking real good. They're going to force out the BKB. Look at Weehaw just getting demolished here. They throw another spear. Not going to be super relevant. They have the Sunray coming out from the egg.
She's just marching at them.
They don't have an answer. V-Tune, if left to his own devices, is just going to end this game. And they really are struggling to find answers. Iceberg is that front line wall. Whoa,
they got him.
Vato, they get it in time. And now they gotta run. Gotta get the hell out of there. Okay, now the lift up. V-Tune trying to run away. The good swap out. Always want to fly, going to fall. V-Tune needs to TP out of there. Trying to hide off behind some trees. Trying to run away. They haven't found him. Needs to dodge away from the creep wave. Good positioning here. And do they find him? They spot him. Oh, they didn't get him though. Yule's on cooldown.
CD. Whew. Not even close. Look how fast it falls apart though once you lose that Abba. Got a little greedy going high ground without the ulti.
Classic Iceberg.
Classic. All right, well, poor timing as that's the 37-minute mark. So the neutrals are coming out already. A couple very nice ones here for Nigma. They got the Spell Prism and the Minotaur Horn.
I can see it.
Oh, MC has the Quiver. I actually didn't notice that one either. That is so nice versus the the butterfly. Might actually give them an option for some of this damage. I'm not sure if it's really made an impact so far.
Makes a big difference. His Miracle gets the one Omni Slash duration. With the Spell Prism now down to 12 seconds on Swift Slash.
Okay. All right. He's got some strats going here. I like it.
Yeah. Now, Panel was talking about the need to sort of have that, I don't know, target prioritization and ability to get on top of the Drow, and that's kind of the way that it's needed to work out for him. I guess the downside to this is it means he doesn't have that silence for the Abba anymore.
Yeah, true, but I mean, the odds of that working are pretty low anyway, I think.
Yeah. Fair.
Gross is like, I'm helping, plus 40 damage.
Got it, guys.
Those talents don't feel very good at this point in the game.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's just like a little bit faster farming for him or something like that, but it's not great.
I love Weehaw's prioritization on the Keen Optic.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, it's really good for lasso, guys. Trust me.
I mean, even the Blink Dagger range, but I mean, it's just not... Nobody's got the Minotaur Horn, actually. On Nick. As down in the mid lane, Miracle finds Always Want to Fly. Just a Swift Slash and not even need to use the spin.
Yeah, now with an Arcane Rune, it's 8.4 seconds. Just throwing these things out like candy.
Abyssal Blade, Laguna Blade, everything used, needs to try and live through this one. Cheese is popped. Didn't pop the ulti. Okay. Miracle still sitting there pretty with the healing ward. Has he become the be-all end-all carry? I guess if he can get on the Drow, then the answer is yes.
If they can't make the wall around Drow, yes. Oh, there goes the Venge Illusion. They've got the aura now.
And
he's a buyback.
Pulls him back out. He's a fine. They drop down the Supernova. Look at the damage on the mind control. Lita afterwards going to fall. Miracle trying to get the hell out of here. Needs to be so careful. Swift Slash off cooldown in 1 second, but he can't get in range to the creeps up on the high ground. And will lose his life for it as Roche respawns yet again.
I don't remember the last time I've seen a hero like this without a rapier.
Yeah.
Also, it looks so sick with the Prince's Knife, just saying. With the projectile speed bonus.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. So they're going to buy back on the Viper, and they're pressuring it. It looks like they are going to stick around for this. Who gets the Aghanims? Oh my god, does Drow get the Ags?
I think at this point we have to.
there anybody else that would be really good?
I mean, the ABBA one is actually pretty legit, but it's not a lot of AoE damage. Oh, he's doing it. Okay.
He took it. Okay.
So I mean, it's surprisingly good. I definitely was in the camp of thinking this was a bad eggs, but the more you see it, the more you can kind of appreciate just like what a crazy amount of healing it's giving out. The only downside, and the reason why I still don't like it that much, is that it only works during the ulti.
Right.
And that can be a bit weird, because then if they have any single target pressure on the ABBA, it kind of makes the ulti, or like the Ags component, kind of useless.
The other thing is that he didn't take the Miscoil talent. So again, for anybody that doesn't know, Miscoil is just thrown out for every 500 damage done to their allies. God,
actually it's 525 damage.
Get out of here, Trent. Approximations. All right. He's got another cheese here on Iceberg. The buildings just, they don't live. They're not things that are actually alive. Abyssal's in, finds the Viper. Just, again, the right clicks coming in from Drow. Anybody that gets too close is just going to die. Weeha needs to find a way to jump on him, but with Venge behind, you have to take down Iceberg first. You can't afford to go on anybody else. Repair kit coming out, trying to live. Pops his ulti, going to be pulled back in deeper. Not that much damage done to him, but, well, he doesn't have the cheese anymore either. Doing a good bit of damage. Swap him out. Okay, there's a chance now. Supernova afterwards, though. Swift Slash on. Always want to fly. Does the spear a little bit too early. It was actually the Omni.
Timing.
And now they catch him. They're going to kill him. Miracle trying to run, but to no avail. He is dead. 2 minutes. Navi are going to tie this game up 1-1.
Whew, that was an absolutely brutal Drow lineup. That was probably the best Drow lineup I've seen so far this tournament. At least to the point where it made the Drow look like such an unbelievably outstanding beast.
Yeah. It just, like, when you build this centerpiece of your draft and then put all the pieces around it, it's what we said at the very beginning, right? Like, Drow Venge, this is a thing that needs to be dealt with, and we're going to try and put more heroes in between you and dealing with it. And that's what they did with this ABBA last pick.
Yeah, and even though it's like Drow Venge is just like such a good block of like you can just take the two of them and kind of mix and match and make it work, this was an exceptional use of the additional heroes. Like they were not left on an island as a duo. It was a very coordinated effort between the Mars and the Ab and the Phoenix to create that space that made the game just look way easy for V-Tune. So very excited for game 3 now.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Navi are going to win at game number 2. Set us up for game number 3. We're going to see more of that in just a second. But first, a quick break and then back.
Remember when General
panel.
dug up that bounty rune, guys?
You're right, man.
Dude, I told you.
Right. Too right. Was that game 1?
That was last game. Just go, quick.
All right, we're going to go to a break, everybody. See you guys in a bit.
EGB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
We're good. Now we're good.
5 seconds. It is Radiant's fan.
Hey, gang, we're good. We're here. Welcome back. Game number 3, final of the day. We're going the stretch again. We've got T-Gov, we've got Lizzie, and we've got a draft. Boys, here we are.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Hey, Lizzie.
Here we are. Indeed.
So-
ATG.
My man, how we doing? So far, I just want to start the panel off, all right? I know, sorry, normally you'd want to hit a question, but TLDR, 2 games, creativity wins. Simple as that. OD game 1, ABBA game 2. Where's the creative flair for game 3?
That's a great question.
We open up with the Phoenix. Great question. And the Lina. Absolutely no creativity in these picks. By the way,
none.
Abaddon versus Bat is amazing, but the way the passive worked with Drow, if they managed to win the series, I have to ask them if that was actually planned or not.
Yeah.
For sure. It brought another level to the Drow because normally it's a very hard area to play into, but then when you have this front line that can soak up literally everything, itemizes to deal with this kind of one core that Nigma was really trying to push into that game. Yeah, it was just a treat to see, honestly. And yeah, like Lizard said, I'd love to actually see some insight from kind of that draft alone. So kind of favoring Navi to win the game, only for the interview.
Yeah, fair enough. And it was fun to watch too, because even though it dominated, we still saw that moment at the high ground where the ABBA got popped, caught a little off guard, the Jug was able to move in, and that Drow almost died. There was a moment there where it almost seemed like Nigma could claw it back. So still delicate, hard to execute, but pretty cool to see the Drow Ranger full turret mode.
They popped the ABBA because of the break mechanic from Viper. Managed to get him, but pushing high ground was so difficult for Nigma at any given point. Because Vengeful on high ground is always well positioned, and you have to target her or Abaddon, and there's 2 saves. It's so difficult to get anyone outside of the base to actually start pushing. So that game was doomed for Nigma, and I think their biggest drafting error in that game was. It's not really an error. They just had so much flex potential in their draft that they messed up the draft in the end. It happens sometimes. Okay, we can put this Viper mid, but we can also put him off lane. And then you end up with the Viper that can't really go for ATOS and make this build that he usually goes for because you're lacking a front line. You're lacking that tanky offlaner that initiates. So.
It's very true. We see that with Viper sometimes. The early pickup, he's possible to play around. But here we are at game number 3, and some pretty familiar faces. Magnus has finally returned. He made it all the way through the last draft. I think he was last banned. So nice reminder there as Nigma will scoop him up. And now we've got to think about the classic list of carries. We don't want paired with the Magnus from the side of Navi, and kind of the same thing for Nigma because they've got similar flavor. The Slardar over there who pairs with a similar list of scary carries.
Yeah, the key thing for me is the fact that Navi, they just ban out the Troll, which is easily one of the best heroes against Slardar. I'd even argue Terrorblade as well to some degree. But if they are going for a Terrorblade on Nigma, I'd rather the Magnus be in the offlane role, just so you have the Mech and the Blink type build, rather than just this weird sacrificial Mag. Because Mag 5 with TB doesn't sound too good. In terms of Nigma's bans, they've got the Drow, Respect ban, take it away, don't want to play against it. And obviously Storm once again, when you have 2 heroes that have minimal lockdown or easy to hit lockdown, then of course you need to take away the big elusive heroes.
We might just go back into the Sven for Navi as it's not banned out. And it's a hero that can match up the speed and pace of anything to pair with Magnus. But like you said, there's still 2 bans left remaining. I would be surprised though if PA and Sven aren't at least one of those.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like as well, PA for Nigma would be insane, especially against a Slardar.
Absolutely. Spectre, we can't forget about the anti-mage completely. That could be an option for Nigma with the newly fashioned Mask of Madness and Power style.
Lane is very hard though, so they have to find a way to really bring it into the game. And of course, you can do that with that position 5 pick for Kuroki. You put the Mag Phoenix offlane. It can be done. Just it's early days of the draft. And they're taking a lot of time to ban this hero as well. Okay,
so
it's the anti-mage. There goes Zyori. God.
Yeah, but it's interesting that it's Nigma that actually banned Zyori.
I was thinking it the other way. Yeah.
Exactly,
Wait, were you?
right?
Oh, my bad. I thought you said the.
I was thinking Nigma
take
might
it
want to pick
away.
it because of the Empower, but they're equally afraid of it. And there's the PA now for Navi as Jug gets banned out by Navi.
Doesn't this just make it a good Terrorblade for Nigma? You have a PA. Of course, you have the Slardar to mitigate the TB armor, but TB loves playing into PA.
Yeah, the lane might be a little bit difficult, but as a TB, you don't really care. Especially when you have a Magnus, you can just roll back into the jungle and farm up. So it's a decent TB game.
Something high armor, huh?
Yeah, the Sven is also very problematic. If you want to pick it, that lane can be very difficult for you versus Lardar and Lina. You don't really have this power combo.
Yeah.
The issue with the Sven matchup, it's like I've seen so many Sven PA games where the Sven goes for like the Echo Saber, the BKB. He then has to decide between damage or Ags, and then when they go Ags, he kind of fails a couple kills, goes for Silver Edge, and then he dies to one-hit PAs or like these big crits, and he's like, "Wish I didn't do this build." And then the guys that do damage, they're able to get the ball rolling. So
yeah, this however still makes me think that they're gonna go for that one big position one hero with the Omni Knight.
Yeah.
It's not going to be now. You see, it's not going to be a Magnus 5. It's not going to be a Phoenix 5.
Yeah.
Omni Knight will be that support.
Yes.
So it activates many of these position ones.
And you'd further believe that it most likely will be that Sven, right? When you just think of the classic combos. And the key thing I'm looking out for is how does Miracle itemize in this Sven, just so he doesn't fall flat into that point where is my damage as he kind of skirts around the fight with his Ags. Like he needs the damage before he gets to the point of having the Aghanims.
All right, guys. Crazy thought though. Nigma Slark. I know it's not that popular, but he can get rid of Corrosive Haze. You've got the Omni Knight to help buff him up where he's ordinarily pretty squishy, has some issues surviving. Plus you've got Empower so he can farm.
You have 2 stuns that are basically AoE as well. You have Slardar and Lina. It can be a little bit difficult, but
trying to think of somebody that can help deal with the Corrosive Haze. You do have the Omni Knight already, which helps, but or I guess no, Lifestealer into Slardar also feels terrible.
Yeah,
this is a really tough carry pick for Nigma.
Well, technically, you look towards just a Manta buyer, right? Like that's the other way you look at it. A hero that can utilize the Empower, get that quick Manta, take those fights, and it depends on this pick from Navi. So they go for the Undying, okay? Because as soon as you see that Omni, like Lizard said, it is very telling that this like double strength offlane will exist, right? It's the Magnus and the Phoenix. Also, who's your Tombstone hitter right now? We talk about egg hitters a lot. Who's killing a Tombstone? And
all right, what about Morphling? Another high armor carry. Doesn't care about Empower as much, but works really well with Omni Knight.
I don't mind Morphling. It's more the question of how do they slot it into the draft and like where's the Magnus value coming into play? Because will Weehaw be able to utilize the Empower?
It's Sven.
Wow.
Yeah. There it is.
It's a little bit different when you have Magnus and Sven than when you... All right, so here's the thing. If the PA is alone and you're playing with Magnus and Sven, that Sven will find his farm too fast, and then he comes online way too fast for this PA to make that deadly effect. And she's always on the left foot. She's always kind of catching up. But she does have a Slardar in this game, which still makes me a little bit wary for Sven. Even with the Omni Knight, you're going to have that Corrosive Haze PA jumping on you early on in the game. What I wouldn't mind from Nigma is something like a Viper for their last pick. If this Magnus is offlane, getting that Viper just in there. There is a Lina on Navi, but I just love to see we on these heroes that choke you out of the lane. Your Bat Riders, your Vipers, your Timber Saws, like these heroes that do not allow you to play your own game.
The key thing there from that is you need a hero on Weehaw that can dictate the start of a fight. When you look at Nigma's lineup, Phoenix wants to kind of reinitiate. Magnus equally wants to do that as well. And Omni Knight sits behind the Sven. And if Sven's the one jumping in without that kind of instant vision, it's really hard to get that clean initiation. So I like the idea of Viper simply, not only because it's annoying in lane, but he can kind of slowly plod through the map, tank a couple spells, and unlock the rest of his team to actually enter the fight cleanly.
I do like...
Sorry, continue, sir.
Well, I like the double heal on Nigma again, though. It's like Phoenix, Omni Knight. I'm a little worried for the Sven, but if he can just live through the initial burst whenever these fights start, Nigma have some pretty scary team fight.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for Navi, itemization is key for this PA. We've seen the Nullifier rise in prominence due to obviously the Omni Knight and the need for a Dispel. So I think just like Battle Fury, Deso, BKB, Nullifier, that'll be the big timing they're going to look for just to win the game with. And slotting it in, that's critical, I think.
One big thing that he said before is and they need someone that starts the fights. Viper is kind of just annoying there, sitting up front. He doesn't really do it. So I wasn't gonna say it's very
creativity. Creativity.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have predicted that. Well, there's some mixture in damage types. Good amount of magic damage now. That's pretty good, and a lot more team fight. So it does kind of synergize with their general strategy here.
Like part of me feels like Weehaw isn't playing the gyro, and this is going to be some like mid Magnus safe lane Sven and some like weird off lane gyro to I don't know. I have a feeling that it's just not going to be
or even a Sven mid, right?
Yeah,
like,
I feel like something's here. You know, it's not as clean as it looks. You know,
there's
shenanigans afoot. Yeah.
Well, I guess
so.
We'll
how
see
do you
what
utilize
this last pick?
Yeah, how do you utilize last pick right now when you
not much time?
When you don't know what's happening.
You just pick what you need. That's
Death Prophet.
It.
Okay, that is a good catch-all, like pretty tanky, pretty good laner, good team fight, good tower, very well-rounded. So it is a Wii gyro.
Yeah, I wanted more creativity.
I don't think Sven can lane against Death Prophet though, bud. That sounds pretty miserable.
No, I meant like the mag. Yeah. You know, you put some like weird mag mid gyro, but okay, sure. They have the gyro mid. This is going to be. The early fights from Nigma will be very scary just because of the value of their tower defense. When you have the egg, the gyro, kind of the what's his ult? Oh my god, my
call down.
Yeah, sure. There you go. Cooldown. It's going to be very good tower defense, and that's what Nigma will be looking to do. How can they defend against the early DP? And can Sven itemize correctly so he doesn't fall off a cliff and is unable to kill the PA?
Yeah, decent team fight for Nigma, definitely. But man, Navi, if they get what they need on this lineup, you're not stopping them. This Slard, RPA, that Prophet should have I'm actually not sure how easy of a lane that should be, but the game looks solid enough.
Roshan's always on the cards. Towers are always on the cards. Like, this game, so 50-50.
A lot of synergy in that minus armor for Navi. We'll see if they can execute. EGB.com, folks, your final chance to get some action today. This is the last game until we start over tomorrow. EGB.com's got you covered with all the odds. But now, Lyrical Trent, take it away for our final match.
Thank you so much, Zyori, and the wonderful panel. Man, Trent, there were some really interesting things happening during that draft. To me, the mega super interesting like switch that I felt like we saw was that Undying pick. Whereas like anything could have happened, but then I was like, all right, we're committed to the early game. The Death Prophet doubles down on it. What do you think of the draft?
Right. Yeah, it's I think it's a good set of drafts for a game 3 because we can have different like kind of parabola effects going on here. We're gonna be up, we're gonna be back down, might come back up again because there's gonna be peaks and valleys in terms of the spikes between these two teams. And I think for Nigma, it's mostly a little bit more even. But on the side of Navi, it's like, okay, we might have this early timing with the PA and the Slaughter, and we start running things down, we get the Roshan stuff. But then if they don't hit that first peak, they need like that rebound time later when you might have these like miracle PA games. Pardon the pun. But some way where, you know, like Alliance were able to dig out that game for Nico Baby earlier in the tournament.
Right, and that's going to be sort of a more free form, jump in, find a pick off. It's hard to find the PA because, you know, she's mega elusive and just blurred all the time. I will say if there's one player that I would want to put this game on for Navi to win it, it's VTune, and that's the PA in a nutshell. I really like their decision to go for that.
I do think the Omni is a pretty good hero to have, though, right? I mean, we've already seen the power of the Omni Sven. And it feels really nice to have that versus the Phantom sets.
Wanna Fly taking a good bit of damage here. Has another decay soon, but don't think he's gonna use. Well, okay. Wait, is he gonna get this bounty rune? Oh my god! Why did you guys just get the bounty rune? That makes it worth it. Nicely done. So one other thing I kind of want to talk about with the gyrocopter, in a way, it feels like it's just an answer to the aggression, right? You've got like a way to deal with the tombstone with flat cannon, and it's like you kind of have some mid-game team fight potential.
It reminds me a lot of the mid Morphling in some ways, where it's like It can have an active game plan, but at the same time, like let's say Navi don't get the ball rolling or anything, by default, Nigma just look better, right?
Right.
As things start to go on, their game just looks good. And yeah, you have the call down to try and delay the pushes with the exorcism and everything. But this mid gyro has had its moments before in the past. I think no one is actually one of the best ones that we've seen, but Weehaw was also playing a bit of gyro in that same time frame where it was popular, and the whole key to it was utilizing that level 6, be it rotating with heroes to your lane in the mid or making your own jumps to the side lanes.
That's something we saw him do really effectively in the last game as well, playing on his Batrider, making that rotation down bottom and killing the Drow 2 times back to back. Granted, that didn't end up sort of defining the game as Drow just took over and absolutely wrecked everybody. But, you know, he takes some, he wins some, he loses some. Down bottom, you can see Mind Control already trying to have his presence felt, but has not been able to get a CS. That's his first one right there. Well, PA 5-2.
Yeah, it's Phoenix Mag and Undying. It's not a lot of fun. Double strength heroes.
True. Yeah, playing into all of them.
What a hero.
It's silly.
He wants the value smacks here. Always want to fly. He's getting pulled in a little bit here. This is his jam though. Always want to fly, you know. Big Undying player. Huge Bane player too. That's the one I always remember from way back in the day. That's like some 2013 Dota. Just Bane every game for Always Want to Fly.
Well, and it's interesting too because it's a hero that we've seen get banned out in the first phase against a lot of teams, but Nigma not giving it that same sort of preference here in this game number 3. They let it through in the second phase.
You know, I mean, Navi, they've only played, what, like 3 series before this or 4 series? They have a lot of games left. I think there's only one day where we're not going to have Navi for the rest of this tournament. Whoa, GH with a quick accidental cancel, I think, on that. Or was that intentional?
I'm not
even
sure.
Know. But, yeah, we haven't seen one of their players so far this tournament. We have actually not seen Always Want to Die. I don't really recall that many games of him just, like, going on the old school feed train. He's changed.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's true. A new man, you could say. But that being said, there's a very high likelihood that changes this game. He just comes back to his full, well-known form. But
it's good to have the, you know, the vintage games every once in a while. So we'll see if he can get there.
Look at these CS marks. The only hero that's really having a good time is Gyrocopter. Both other lanes are doubling up the CS of their opponents.
And that's not a good sign, considering what Navi need, right? You're just like, uh-oh. Like, are we actually gonna let them get off to a good start here? Like, is this gonna, this trend gonna hold? Miracle's trying to get up to 5, ideally, so that he can get the points into the cleave before he heads to that jungle. There's not really a lot of choices right now at level 3, right? He's not Terrorblade.
No. He can't
He just
really
looks at his Hellbear and he's like, I'm pulling, yeah.
What are we gonna do against this? How do we stop it?
All right, 48 seconds. Oh, I guess you're melee, so yeah. 46 makes it a little bit easier. Hopefully he wasn't too early. I think he knows how to do it, turns out. Believe it or not, guys. Guys played some Dota before.
If you missed that bullet, just bad. Roger makes the rotation over. It appears there will not be a tower taken, and holding on right now to the LSA, waiting for next game. As they will connect, and Weehaw gonna get chased on down. The Death Prophet finds her man. Eventual fall.
Can't even save him with a stun. All right, so while that was happening, I was watching the much more important thing.
Okay.
As Kuro's being bashed into the tower. They Always Want to Fly rotated mid to contest the bottom room, but he just grabbed the arcane before MC could, but then his courier walked right through and MC killed it. So there is your sideline update on the death of Always Want to Fly's courier. You are welcome.
I appreciate that. You know, you're on the lookout.
I do what I can. So MC takes over the mid lane until Weehaw returns, and will give the great gift that is Empowered Gyrocopter.
Such a great gift. That's 6 damage.
Oh, thank you for coming to my lane. Oh, my hero.
I appreciate it. Yeah. God. General is having a hell of a game right now, though. You look at this guy. 12 denies already. One of those was right in Sven's face underneath the tower, and he is off to a hell of a start. Orb of Venom, a Gloves of Haste, Bracer, Windlace. Like, it's going to be really hard for Miracle to stay in this lane once this Slardar gets up to level 6.
You know what I miss is those Wraithband Slardars. Whatever happened to that? Did Wraithband get nerfed again?
I mean, yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, but after the last time, too, because I remember when Bracer first got nerfed, we just switched to Wraithband, right?
It's true. Yeah, I don't know.
I really like that.
I don't think Slardar should be building Wraith Band. I think if that's happening in Dota, there's got to be some changes made. Okay. Be real here.
Well, I like the idea of just planting in the lane either way, though. And that was the whole concept behind it, is just like, you are the anti-carry, right? There's not a lot left in Dota. Slider's definitely the best one. Razor stinks. So if you want to shut down the enemy carry and just chill in their lane the whole time, Slider's your guy. And that's the plan for General right now.
Don't look now, but Lena's been stacking up camps while Slardar has been able to solo. So that's a triple stack on that hard camp there. Not sure who exactly takes that, though.
Oh, I tell you, if I'm always want to fly, I'm eyeing that. Hey, yo, call up Lena. How about we go tombstone this thing and you throw out some spells?
I want to see. It would be nice for her to play a little bit of catch up there. First time that we've seen Lena not on Nigma this game. They were able to get it in the first pick this time for Roger.
Yeah, she another hero that's really taking off near the end of this patch. Like a mighty shiny, a stuck-out thumb there, perhaps, for Ice Frog to deal with. As Iceberg pops the pixel ghosts here.
Yeah, gets the pressure on. Pops the illusion rune as well to make sure that they can kill off that homing missile. And that's going to force GH all the way back. Raindrop saving his life. And they're going to glyph for this one. Iceberg still bottling up and should be able to...
That was kind of good, I think, for Nigma. Like, drew him all the way back there. Didn't get any of the ghost damage onto the tower. And they can't fall up for the kill or anything, but I think that was all right. Good timing on the glyph, too.
Very well done. I'm just looking at this Weehaw build, by the way, and I can just tell what he's doing, right? This is about a fighting gyrocopter. No points in flat cannon at 6. And I'm curious if he keeps going for this homing missile levels.
Well, think about how much damage he'll do with a Veil.
Yeah.
That is just going to blow people up.
Guess the big thing he's going to need to see is like the timing on that Veil versus Iceberg's Yule Scepters.
All right, does Roger get it again? What is this? This will be for 4, right? Yeah, he can do this. 4 is doable.
Last time.
Nah, he's got it this time.
All right, you believe?
Yeah. No, piece of cake.
Iceberg,
get out of there, birds! Oh yes! Oh no!
No, it didn't work.
I thought he had it.
Rip.
GG. All right, well, I just call it there. I think. Let's now 2 missed camps. Yeah. Missing it twice, like.
So Miracle in the meantime has headed back to, as you can see, always want to fly, get a little bit pulled in here by the powered up Magnus, and they just kill him off. Always want to fly. First death of the game for this.
Jeez, you got 2 armor, man. I don't know. Be careful.
Be careful. Miracle, though, in the, jungle, going to get chased down by Iceberg. That ward scouting it out and able to set up for a quick and easy kill.
That is disastrous, because now he's sitting with an arcane rune that should still be active by the time the Exorcism comes back up, too.
Strike Array gonna land. Kuro tries to walk away from this one, taking a lot of damage rather rapidly from that Spirit Siphon. GH going to be forced to TP in as they want to try and keep this alive, and they're going to just drop the call down. Weehaw taking a lot of damage, though. Iceberg, seeing if they can finish him off, and they will be able to. 4 points up in Spirit Siphon is more than enough. On the other side, Roger's going to go down Iceberg.
The skewer back.
Got to be careful. Got to get out of here. Miracle shows up as well. All heroes in the area. The stun is going to connect. Does have more Spirit Siphons, but it's a triple kill from GH.
Don't worry, team. GH is here. I can salvage this game.
Damn.
Very well done. That's a big... I mean, think about what we were just talking about. He was about to have an exorcism with an arcane rune coming out. And they come through and save that fight. And that's after Kuro isn't able to save Weehaw because he'd already Heavenly Grace himself. And he got that really long cooldown at the beginning. 22 seconds. Really important rotation there from GH. Man, that was so necessary for their game. Now this tower could last like so much longer because they've already taken Iceberg to the top lane. He's not just going right back in and ramming his face into it or anything.
Yeah, they have to do that. Although if they get this kill, this is pretty big. Yeah, this is a problem. No more Supernova, and they'll kill off Weehaw. But again, like, the build that he's going, this feels like it's okay to me. Sven is the true carry in this game.
Yeah, but he's also supposed to be winning fights if he wants to be fighting. You know, that's double back-to-back deaths of just gaining nothing over the past 2 minutes.
I'm an apologist at this point.
Yeah, get out of here. And the best part is that Iceberg didn't have to use the ulti either. So secure the kill. Egg is still 30 seconds away. I think you just brute force it now. Yeah, pop that ulti.
I don't know. They're bringing numbers.
Yeah, pop the ulti.
They're
Look at
going
DD.
for it. We'll see. No blink dagger yet, obviously, on mind control, but they're going to try and secure this one. Gets the final touch on it. All right, so they get the
not
tower.
this time.
Not today.
Got him last game.
Well, General, at the meantime, actually, they don't get the glyph off. So that's going to be 2 tier 1 towers taken within just a little bit of time there. And Iceberg now trying to clear through that stack as well. Oh, that's some juicy gold for Iceberg. Much needed. Went for a
General is having a hell of a series.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a blink again. I think this one's faster than the Mars game. I think Mars was 13.
General is just. Oh, GH, that's GG.
He had the primed bash too.
Oh my God, that's really good. What a player GH is.
Yeah, he was way too confident for that. I was like terrified for him.
Because that bash happens, he's dead.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. What was? I guess he was under the tower. Maybe it would have saved him. Or at least I think he was close enough for the aura.
Very, very nicely done by the Phoenix. And yeah,
it's such a good blink BKB game for this slider though. That just feels like a hell of a lot of fun.
It has the feeling of the type of game that will really quickly just fall apart if Nigma are not careful. Like they need the sort of survivability items on Weehan. Well, Veil is nice in some ways. I don't know. I think with like not getting that armor anymore, I'm really concerned.
GH is being chased up here.
General.
Is he okay? Oh, nice. Okay, I see what he did. He utilizes the angle of the cliff to ensure. Because I was worried that it would just cut the trees, right? But he can't actually chase him if he flies over the rocks.
Heads up play there. Roger's still nearby, has Laguna Blade as well.
So the worst thing for me is that they now have this veil on this gyro, right? And this was thing is like, okay, so now you want to smoke and get a kill, right? But look how you have to smoke. Because he has a haste rune, so that should make it easy, but they only have RP, and that's it.
Right.
Like, it's really awkward to try and initiate with other spells, and they might not even kill this Undying that fast. Like, he could Tombstone, ulti, and have, like, 2 TPs come through if they really want to.
He still is going for that maxed out homing missile build on Weeha. Gonna pop ulti there. Chase down, blink, reveal, right on top of his head. Weeha trying to escape. Is going to run away. Oh my God. They have the tombstone there. He's just gonna get destroyed. Roger takes him out. And now
they have a serious problem this game.
Yeah, this is rough. They managed to get the skewer away by mind control, but now everybody just surrounding this tier 1 tower bottom.
I can't believe Roger had an Aether. I was like, all right, he's out. And then just lightning strikes.
I mean, look at the net worths right now. Like, Lena's ahead of everybody except for the Sven.
All right,
they're not stopping.
No, he's hiding. All right. Well, so what's Kuro doing if he's not catching that wave? I guess he's not convinced that they're staying for the tower, so he's just going to wait for the next one after again.
Right. Well, and there's no back door, so I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it's a good point. He's going to try and just secure these wards deep in there and then not get found out. So those should at least survive because of that.
Well, now you can at least tell if they're farming down bottom or invading and chasing after Miracle, right? So this is basically just information for Miracle's farming. Oh, man. Oh.
General has the bash prepped.
This game has got not fun at all for Weeha. I feel so bad for him. Look how far behind he is of this offlane slider that just wants nothing more than to blink directly on top of him and crush him.
Yeah, it's true. I will say that the way that Nigma are playing right now, it feels like Navi should be able to win every fight that they're taking, but I'm not convinced that they're going to be able to force the engagement. Like, they're dodging these waves, they're pushing them out. GH is like back behind their tier 1 towers. They're going to stay to secure these bounty runes at the very least, and then probably have to go.
Okay, nice. High ground.
To the high ground. Iceberg is nearby. Silence afterwards. They want to run in at this one. The crush comes out. The Heavenly Grace keeps him alive. Miracle wanting to chase down here. Always want to fly. In trouble. Gets walloped. The Tombstone is killed up on the high ground.
So Navi do it again. This is exactly like last game, where there was 0 initiation potential for Nigma, and then Navi just make like kind of pointless plays a little bit. It's like, all right, Lena's just dead. Like, let him go, I guess. Or I mean, he ended up TPing out, maybe
Right.
partially because always want to fly through the body, but good use of that vision that Crow left behind to get another pick onto Roger. Oh, that's what the pixel thing is. It's the missile. I thought it was from Death Prophet. That makes way more sense.
All these new sets are all weird. And Iceberg, in the meantime, he's trying to go towards this Bloodstone, picks up the Soul Booster first. There's more tank ability for the DP, while bottom, Iceberg trying to keep this tower alive. Will not happen. And they're going on him. Kuro can do nothing because he's an Omni Knight. Slow down, Yule Scepter lift up. The rest of the heroes moving into position. Always want to fly is nearby. 3 points up right now in the Soul Rip, trying to keep him alive there. Iceberg gets completely destroyed, and Always want to fly is going to fall afterwards. Nigma's movements and decision making this game is winning in that.
Well, especially the itemization. The fact they go for this Blink Dagger on Miracle. Not an item we see very often anymore, but this is what they needed in this game or they were going to lose.
Wow.
This movement is just so important. And think about how long they've been planning this. From like when Kuro placed those wards and TP'd out, like this has been their plan all along.
I mean, again, it's all without V-Tune in the game. That's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
But, oh, good blink out from Miracle. Able to barely dodge from General.
Yeah. V2's trying to chase after here with the help of General, but not going to find anything.
They're going to get the... Oh, they placed down a ward up on the high ground. That's
General's, or V-Tune rather, has got one of those lives where it's fully planned out, you know? It's like the kindergarten kid is going to be the doctor and has got all their stuff set. He's like, well, I'm going to get my BKB and my Deso. I'm going to get Nullifier because they have an Omni. Just doesn't have to click anything else in the shop for, you know, half an hour or so.
Well, he's probably hoping a little bit less than that, to be honest.
Okay, sorry, half an hour into the game. Let's go with that.
That's fair. Really good. And again, for a lineup that, like, you know, is so early game oriented, the fact that it's only 2 tier 1 towers taken, no Roche secured, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about Navi and their
this
lack
blink
of
was
things
sick.
done.
Miracle's like winning this game, or at least the team decision to bring Miracle in with this Blink Dagger is winning in this game, because if he just tries to like passive farm like the PA, it's not going to go well. They've already done so much of that last fight.
And the fact that he's keeping up in farm while simultaneously showing up to the engagements makes the difference as well. Like, if he was sort of going around fighting with them and then, like, wasn't able to stay farming, it would also be pretty bad. But this is, like, the best of both worlds here.
And they've done the same thing as the previous match before where GH was playing that Slider, or sorry, where MC was playing the Slider and GH was on the Phoenix, but now it's just MC Mag instead. But GH is getting so much more farm this game because he's been pushing out that top lane by himself a lot. And I mean, he's still there for the important fights. I mean, he's the one that initiated that engagement down bottom with the dive and the Yules. But his levels, I mean, level 12, like this is when you want to fight his Phoenix, right? He's ahead of Weehaw in experience.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of crazy to me, but I mean, it works. And this hero is definitely the type that can take over a game, or at least make it a hell of a lot easier.
The smoke popped right away. Miracle, go!
Got to be careful. Jump in. Finds always want to fly right at the start. Gonna kill him. Nothing used. No answer. They have this ward behind the tower. Yet again, the vision from Nigma winning them these engagements.
Man, these wards have completely won them this game. Like, if they take this from how far back they were, oh my god.
RP on the bone. That ward, you can't give it up. And the BKB 10-second used by V-Tune is now just gonna need to get out of here. Tries to TP out at the very end, and it looks like we'll be able to secure that one. But devastation.
Thanks for coming back, girl. It's really nice to have you again.
Oh man. God, I don't know. Yeah, they dropped that award, we know. Guys, that makes up for it, right?
So mad, man.
So I guess I'm sort of like still a little bit hesitant because this game, Navi still feels very strong, but they've taken the fights in the worst possible way that they could have. And it's going to start tilting the other direction. But if Navi get this Aegis, does that sort of make up for some of these problems?
They'll have Aegis, but they still haven't found V-Tune's moment, and there's going to be an AC on Miracle. So his explosive PA, like big reveal, drop the red curtain thing isn't really happening.
Yeah. Granted, General level 12 or 13 now, so 2 points in Corrosive Haze will help to some regard. And that's one of the other dangers of like going for this blink first, right? Is it's a little bit less in the way of the armor, but Warcry makes up for it too. Yeah, they're gonna need more ways to get to this minus armor working. Need that Deso.
Oh god, Miracle's build is so good. Solid teamwork here by Nigma. And the Eternal Envy Classic, the E-Blade Gyrocopter. It makes sense after the Veil. The way he's playing, plus it's versus the PA, it's kind of perfect this game.
Yeah. And also, now his job is kill Tombstone, sort of throw down, call down, and stay alive is kind of what it feels like here. Throwing out some missiles every now and then. But having a quick answer for that Tombstone every time is so nice.
Where's GH?
Yeah,
Just hanging out up top, level 14. Don't mind me, everybody.
He's going for Shiva's Guard.
Has more experience than the enemy Death Prophet right now.
I think there are so many of these games where you see teams that like, you can tell one team is just stronger than the others, and they're like, all right, let's pick a fight, and then they sort of get baited into it. Nigma have not gotten baited into the bad fights. They've been able to sort of play really measured Dota through the most dangerous point, and now they're almost in a position where they feel like they can take it. Jump in, find him right at the start again. Save, is it going to be there? Iceberg trying to run away. The RP afterwards, everything used, but barely able to kill him off. Iceberg going to fall. V-Tune tried to make up for it. It is not going to happen.
What do you think went through Iceberg's mind when he saw that sentry go up and saw there was an enemy sentry up there?
Yeah.
It's been like, oh no, I am dead. Oh man.
I don't know.
It's painful to watch. It really is. Like we have this bird's eye view. It's like I'm watching fish in a barrel right now.
True. Well, and this timing that they were supposed to hit would have been really strong, but still just 2 tier 1 towers taken. Bottom one isn't even really hurt that much. And Navi needing to, as you said, I guess, wait for that next timing, which is PA getting huge.
They were so full of promise. 12-minute blink on Slardar. PA free farming. All 3 lanes going in their favor.
Right.
Pretty heavily, in fact. And then Miracle bought a blink. And the team decided to play as 5, and Omni Spend came into reality.
Very strong. Very, very strong. Still only 1,000 gold lead. 6-16. Weehaw. Gonna be able to escape, I think, from this pressure unless they can catch him on the other side of this one, which they might just be able to do. Deso done on this one. And a fight starting like that is the way it has to go for Navi. Can they find anybody else? Miracle is going to be there right on top of V-Tune, but they blew up Kuro.
There we
go.
go.
Get anybody else? Doesn't
2 minutes
like
left on this Aegis. We're getting somewhere.
I guess that speaks again to, like, if they can take the fight on their terms, Navi still look okay. Just it's never been on their turns.
What do you think this drawing is? Is that from Kuro? This little double arrow thing? I couldn't tell if it was Kuro or if it was Always Want to Fly. I think it was Kuro.
Seems more likely to draw at this point. Dead.
That's true.
You need that hard save on Navi. You don't have it.
They have Soul Rip.
It's only level 3.
That's true. He went for the max Tombstone. I guess versus Gyro, I can appreciate it a little bit more. It's like if there's only Gyro targeting it and the other 3 heroes don't really want, or 4 heroes don't really want to. I was thinking 3 because I was just assuming Egg was going. Then the extra levels are really going to help.
Mm-hmm. Smoke up. V-Tune out front and center, breaks the smoke, jumps on a Kuro right at the start. GA is there though. Gotta run, gotta hide. Over on the other side, the crush is gonna come out. Miracle just demolishes him. Tombstone is gone in an instant. Now General, nowhere left to run for himself, is gonna end up falling. They have the Supernova on the other side, try to bring it down. They do manage to kill it. V-Tune doing a lot of damage to Miracle. Is it gonna be enough? Oh, the RP to turn it though. Mind control coming in at that last second. And just like that, turns though, because he killed him. Miracle drops. And then the TP out.
Wait, how did he see him? Oh, there's a ward rate. I couldn't see it. I was wondering because they have so many sentries.
Damn.
Oh my god, it's right in between the 3 sentries.
Dude,
Oh,
wards
wow.
win games. Wards win
Yep.
games.
It's coming back the other way now. Oh, that was important. Gets them something back there. And oh, as I said that, mind control blown up.
Okay.
Wow, that fight didn't end up going that well for them in the end now. That's a lot of solo golden XP for a PA.
Too true.
Oh, what level is she? Oh my god.
Yeah, she's level 23.
Holy
She's 4 levels ahead of the Sven. The comeback potential is there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And now has the nullifier queued up, so you think about how that fight might have looked different had she had it at that point. It's about to be completed.
It's been the key thing is blowing up the Omni at the start, and then in that case you got off the Guardian Angel, so it just delays you for so long as Phantom Assassin. It's crazy how much it scales too, because it's 8 seconds at 18. That is like a really long time in Dota.
Yeah. That's basically the whole fight at that point.
Yeah.
The nullifier makes the difference, though.
That's why you have to go for it. You can't mess around with like anything else. Just not going to happen, especially when you have no other dispels available here. So it is delivered now, and they're probably going to want to smoke.
This is before GA, 30 seconds.
It's also before Exorcism too, though, so it looks like they kind of want to hit creeps for a bit, maybe.
They just need a way to keep this DP alive. Iceberg
this is
been
good.
getting walloped.
Yeah, it's 27, so get the neutrals, right?
Okay.
See if we can get outfitted and then go silence for V-Tune. That is huge. Imagine if he jumps Kuro.
Yeah. There's no answer at that point. Nobody else can save him.
1.5 seconds of glory versus the Omni Knight.
And looking at neutrals right now, they don't have any on the Radiant. Is it going to make the difference? They jump in onto General. Roger gets hit with a big old cleave. E-Blade afterwards, going on to PA. Miracle has the Corrosive Haze on him. Down to 16 armor.
I would take that trade. General's BKB for God Strength. I could see them fighting after this.
Okay. You on Navi?
Their damage is pretty minuscule outside of the God Strength right now still.
Oh, they get the Craggy coat. Pass that over to Omni. That's nice. Full of extra armor definitely helps. DD? Ooh. Ooh, down bottom. V-Tune's got it. That's scouted. They see it. They gotta run.
yeah, they gotta run.
Get the hell out of there.
Wards win games, guys. Hey, you guys see that DD just vanish in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, I think this game has like shown just the ridiculous power of initiation and wards. Definitely. They're gonna get the D ward here. Roche, how quick of a respawn is it?
Oh, they actually
30 seconds.
noticed the one on the other side too.
Wow. Okay. Vision taken away. Roche.
Cool 400 gold for Roger, by the way. Ooh, a fast one.
Yeah.
Only 20 seconds away.
And they have their courier in there.
Oh, is that another
Telescope.
Craggy?
Ooh,
Perfect.
Nice.
All right, so Kuro has... he's under tower right now. He's currently sitting with 29 armor under the tower. So he should be 26 then, right?
NA math.
Apparently,
NA
it's 24.
math.
I thought it was... How much is it supposed to be?
A little more.
Okay, I clearly don't know my towers.
I think it changes them between tier 1 and tier 2, right?
Yeah, it does.
Well, nonetheless. 30-minute mark coming up right now. Both teams see that Roche is in there. Nigma in position to contest. I don't think they can walk in themselves by any stretch of the imagination. The next items for neutrals. Was there anything else that came out? They've got Titan Sliver, repair kit on Dire, and then Fairy Fire. V-Tune takes the greater Fairy Fire in the inventory, but still keeping the Mindbreaker.
Oh, the
oh my God,
Barrier
they're
just scouted
going
this.
in.
They're keeping V-Tune outside of the pit.
Okay. Roche, the tombstone is down, jumps in, finds the stun, just demolished. There's no exorcism now. Buys back into the game, but what are you gonna do against this?
What was the plan?
That was insane. Absolutely insane. Jump forward, big crush from General, but he's dead too. They're just throwing their lives away here on Navi. He doesn't have buyback. And just like that, they're gonna jump forward, find Undyne, dead again, as he does have the Stormhammer Dispel, so Ghost Scepters don't keep you safe. That was insane.
It was. I mean, they burnt the egg. Maybe they're feeling like they can make something happen now. They're still holding BKB on the PA. And mind you, they still have the Guardian Angel, so that nullifier is still going to be all important.
This is crazy. Absolutely insane. B-Tune's going to walk back into the pit, but again, they've got that courier and they're scouting this all out. Can't believe how poorly that went.
Yeah. I mean, they just caught Iceberg, really. As simple as that. Stunned once and just gone.
Miracle has the MKB now done also.
Nigma just say, try again. Go ahead. We don't have God Strength, though. That is the one thing. So you're not going to see that same blow up again, and maybe they've tempered their losses enough.
It's deadly. Deadly. The cooldown's there. They got the missile on B-Tune. He's going to have to pop BKB here, I think.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Hey.
Heal. Big hit. Takes down the courier. Now trying to jump in. Miracle.
Right, where's
get
MC?
Right at the start. They get it.
The crush.
On it, B-Tune. Look at the chase down. They caught all of them in the back line.
It was
Bro,
General.
in trouble.
Oh, what a hero.
Play.
It was all General, man. He's so bad, and General gets a 3-man crush. He saves the Roche fight.
Unbelievable. Kuro now going to be caught out afterward. Been the hero in this series and does it again for his team. 3 go down. Aegis and Cheese on the PA. Pretty as can be.
Oh, man. These fights are so, like, the margins are so thin. All it takes is just a one stun, one ulti getting off or not getting off. That's the complete difference there when you're dealing with a Sven and a Phantom Assassin.
And
I'm
sure
okay with these two being the carries this patch, because that's fun as hell to watch.
Not sure
one stun and you're just dead.
There was another one of those wards down in the river that I think might have scouted him. That again makes the difference. Level 25 on B-Tune. Gets the extra crit chance. They're going to take this tier 3 tower, jump forward, tries to find Weehaw right at the start. BKB out. Weehaw jumped on. Weehaw still down low. And healed up. Does he actually survive? He gets out of there.
I can't believe he got out. Even with the nullifier, couldn't finish him.
And the missile's going on to V-Tune. Is going to get bopped there. Does have the Aegis still. Got to be very, very wary. He's dead. Are they leaving him really to die?
They have
oh my god. V-Tune's going to fall.
Yeah, there's no way he's getting out of that. 0% chance of savior.
What is this series? How does this keep on happening?
Sometimes you chase to the fountain, like...
I
don't really blame him. I thought he was going to get him. Just hit the buildings. It's like a pub game. You know these PA players. They can't be contained. They get bloodthirsty so fast.
Buybacks right now. They don't have it on the Undyne, the Lina, or the DP. So, yay. Be back into this one if necessary. Of course, that would be a pretty big blow to the sort of relative net worth. Light Tech right, General jumps in. Is he done? RP to save him, but the right click's coming in. Roger needs to finish him. It's not quite gonna be there. Alive on nothing. Roger blinks in after it, but now he's gonna get caught. The save coming from Kuro will keep him alive, and none of those heroes have buyback. Oh,
now the buyback's just like, ugh.
What have they done?
It was so close, though.
Damn.
Oh, this game's so good.
You think about Titan Sliver.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now they're gonna profit for 60 seconds. They have some big crits though.
I like how GH is holding a fairy fight. This guy, the ultimate min-maxers, I can't have an empty slot. Not acceptable.
Crazy game.
Whew, all right, guys, breathe. Let's take it in here. We're enjoying a fine one right now. Let's let this one age a little bit, you know? Waft the aromas of a solid 35-minute game.
And, you know, it's the type of game, too, that it could all end in a moment. So you got to appreciate it while we got it. Oh,
That's
Blink
beautiful.
Dagger for Omni. Right. You mean my sentiment?
Yes, it's
Okay,
such a
thank you.
beautiful sentiment for the day after Thanksgiving, or as we call it in Canada, Friday.
Just scanning for enemies.
Oh, God. 7,000 gold lead now. Navi. They have Iceberg back alive again. E is trying to finish off an Aeon disc. Yeah, his game has really fallen off a ledge. A lot of this
They're not coming up here. General's going to come poke his head. I don't know about this, bud.
Have this ward down again. God, how many times have we seen it? To make all the difference. General revealed. Wary. Miracle jumps in, finds him. Yules. Oh, what a save. Do they have enough? The LSA afterwards. Still so much damage onto General. He saves his BKB, saves his buyback.
All right, so I like the maybe they're gonna try and smoke after this. Is that the plan? They're gonna try and punish this God Strength usage because it seems like he knew he was gonna die. Like, what were the odds of what he was doing amounting into a net positive?
I think the thing you fail to sort of consider though is CIS Dota, right? You know what I mean?
Just has to get up in there.
Yeah. Can't not.
I mean, hey, V-Tune was farming completely freely in that time frame. So maybe it's just like, hey, you know, if they're looking at me and thinking about jump.
True too.
All right, well, now that's your time. No God Strength for a minute. Unfortunately, you don't have a Slardar, so you're going to have to try and punish their positioning. And as I say that, Miracle crosses the river.
Yeah,
Backed up by a full team, though.
The Vision game right now, again, somewhat favoring Nigma for the area.
DP, maybe like catching off guard.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to just Yules now. Now you can like instantly go for the ulti.
It does feel though like the story of this game has been just Death Prophet dying at the start over and over and over again though, right? Like,
yeah, that has been a pretty recurring theme as of late for sure.
I think that with the Aeon Disc Minotaur Horn combo now, that these fights might start looking a little different.
I mean, the real question is who gets blown up first.
Jump in, guess who it is? It's Miracle, he falls! Curl, even with the blink, couldn't get there in time. The silence was more than enough, and now the Supernova down. General trying to take it out. Roger on the low ground. Can they kill it in time? One more hit, it's not there! They take them all down! GH did it to him, 3 dead. Can they find anything else afterwards? Miracle back in the fray, wants to make it happen. Double kill down for Weehaw. GH.
Who needs Sven? He just did 1,588 magic damage to that PA. That PA took 38 physical damage when she died.
Oh my
She got
God.
Hex, and she got Sunray, and Shiva, and she got E-bladed down. She got the magic treatment. Zapped.
GH got a rampage stolen from him in the last game, or game number 1 rather, and is looking to make up for it here with no buyback on the PA. Nigma trying to take this one down. General throws out the 3-man stun. They're going to pull him back in. Needs to escape, but there is no escape as they eventually kill the General. Crush again. He doesn't have BKB. He's done. Buys back afterwards. Trying to dive Fountain. Weehaw there yet again. They have another Supernova with the Sunray out onto him. GG is called. GH won him that game.
There was a lot of stuff that was so well done by Nigma in this game. I think Navi had a really good opener. Like, between the draft and the lanes and the way things were going, it just seemed like they had the opportunity in this one. And then that Blink Dagger came from Miracle. And Weehaw, he managed to pick it up together. Of course, the game wasn't over at that point, but it just felt like that's when Nigma like breathed some more life into this. And then we got this back and forth going through it this whole mid game, and the vision battle between these two teams. You can see on the graphs there just how back and forth and so tight this whole game was. That was such a good match to end the day on.
Absolutely. And really impressive showing. I think Navi put up a very good performance. In the end, as you mentioned, the vision game, the decision making, all of those little incremental things made
And
the
GH.
difference. And GH, they were able to win it in the end. Man, freaking love Dota. But let's head on back to the panel now to end this day off. One last little shout from them folks before we head off for the day. And man, congratulations, Nigma.
All right, thank you so much, Lyrical. Yes, indeed, Nigma fans rejoice. Big victories after a crazy, stressful game. If you were betting on that game, I kind of feel bad for you. I mean, that was some stressful stuff to watch as just a spectator. I can't imagine if you had anything at stake there. Fellas, another game where GH has an absolutely stunning performance on Phoenix. He does it over and over again, and here's another great example.
Yeah, standout game, of course, but for me, it's just the cohesion of the team, the ability to, when they were so far behind, their ability just to kind of find a cohesive team timing, the blink dagger on the Sven, and the way in which they covered the egg. Sure, we're seeing these big performances from GH, right? But it's the RPs, it's the Sven stuns, it's the layered damage from the gyros, or like it's the teamwork that just came into play there. It was very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, they had some innovation coming from the drafts a little bit earlier. Gyro also was quite a strange mid lane pickup, but really what won this game was itemization on all of them. Like the E-Blade on the Gyro was really good. The Sven with the Blink Dagger and AC versus the PA. People get just caught up with the meta and what everyone is doing. And Sven is really strong right now because of the item that he's buying, like that Echo Saber, Mask of Madness, then you farm up and you're a beast in the game. But when you're playing a PA, just a Blink Dagger and an AC, that's good enough. That's what they needed. They got it.
Yeah, well, people forget there's a couple advantages of the Blink Dagger, right? It's cheaper, so completely different item timing. And it doesn't force you to commit. You can still throw stuns and fight elsewhere. You don't have to Superman into the back line. And occasionally there are some advantages to that in terms of positioning. Hopefully we'll have an interview with somebody from Nigma coming up. Haven't gotten word on who it is yet, but we'll see. Oh, looks like we'll get to hear from GH again. So T-Gov, sorry, what do you got, bud?
No, I was just going to kind of echo what you guys have been saying, but also it's just the fact that, Weehaw with his gyrocopter, 4 days ago, he started playing it in his pubs. Only 4 days he's been playing this, and it's all about the idea of, it didn't look great at the early stages, let's be real, but it doesn't matter about laning phase when your cohesion of your team kind of overwhelms your opponent. So, yeah, I think props to Wee for sticking it out and continuing to scale and be part of the, even though it looked rough many times over, it's that late game fight. Beautiful.
It's like Kuro told them, go and find out new heroes to play. We need something fresh. We need, we need some new life in this team because they were looking a little bit stale. Today, it looks way, way better.
Well, and it's something different too to see like the Veil into not only Scythe of Ice but E-Blade as well, even like the Boots of Travel, a very unique item combination but also perfectly fitting for what they needed in that game.
The Veil is kind of it's kind of standard for mid gyro. The way he skilled it as well, the rocket barrage and the homing missile.
No flak
like
cannon.
we have seen, we have seen mid gyros before, right? It's nothing super extraordinary, but we haven't seen it in the last month or two at least.
Yeah,
but that's the key thing, right? It's refreshing that at the end of this patch, I think a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, the meta is quite boring," but also our team's really trying to be that kind of creative. We've had interviews from Secret, from Man, even from OG, like Sumail as well. Like it's all kind of like, we're kind of just seeing it through. We're going to play the tournament, see what happens, right? Like, and we've yet to see a team really try and push out creativity. And sure, Nigma with their Zeus and Void Spirit draft the other week was kind of Kappa and everyone laughed at it. But then this week they bring up some new creativity and obviously it wins. So now we're praising it, right? So it is refreshing seeing that kind of creativity come to light, and I hope to see them continue doing that throughout future series because I'm a bit bored of seeing all the same stuff that's winning games. I want to see some new stuff try and win games too.
Well, this creativity was a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly.
This was like
this
was like the cream of the crop creativity. This was actually the good stuff.
If you could innovate without making mistakes, then mate, you'd be a millionaire. You probably wouldn't even be playing Dota at that point. You got to throw some darts and they don't always hit the bullseye. It looks like GH might have gone AFK immediately following that game. We are going to give him a few minutes to turn up because we're excited to chat with him. So We do have a couple minutes to chat here, boys, before we close out the show, and hopefully hear from the big Phoenix.
A series, not a game. A series such as this one would always kill my spirit so hard in X teams. When you're playing versus a tier 1 team, you draft well, you play in your lanes well, you play in the mid game even well, but they still somehow manage to win. They manage to do all the right things, to pick up all the right items. It just separates them, like that's why Nigma is who they are. That's why we consider them tier 1. It's like it's so difficult. I just wish that Navi boys, they don't take it too hard on themselves, and because they're playing really well. They're playing within the meta, in the boundaries. They're not really too much outside of the box, unless you consider that Abaddon mid, which was also very creative. But they're good at what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like unfortunately we are not going to have an interview.
But don't worry, Zori. I got you, Zori.
Okay.
I messaged Wee and I asked him for 5 words to describe the series because we don't have an interview.
Perfect.
And he typed out gyrocopter, spaced out in 5 separate words. So gyrocopter. And then he said, "Get off my lawn."
Okay.
So that's the interview that I got for you. I'm sorry, I tried to do tonight, but there we go.
Well,
Thanks,
hey,
Weehar.
that's more than we had, so I appreciate it. You went the extra level there. But one of the things that I wanted to ask him is that right now I feel a little crazy because this whole group stage, we've all been clamoring for this patch. So much complaining has taken place about everything being stale. And these last couple of days have not been stale at all. We've been seeing so much stuff. And now I'm kind of excited to see how things are going to iterate and change in the next couple of days and through the end of this group.